placeholder about here.
Welcome everyone to Bar TV's coverage of the NDCA 2020 final between Merryweather and Uni. It's a wonderful Sunday afternoon. It's good conditions for cricket. My name's Peter Kembury and I'm joined by Josh Leeson to provide expert commentary as the afternoon goes on. Welcome, Josh.
Yeah, how are you, Pete?
Good. Mate, Merryweather and Uni, interesting game it should be. These two haven't played this year, but there's plenty of spice in this one.
Well, certainly is. I mean, obviously the off-season transfer from former Uni captain Josh Emmerton to Merryweather's added a nice little subplot to the game. But I know the Uni boys in particular have been looking forward to have a chance to bowl at him for quite a while.
Yeah, they're pretty keen to get at him. You wrote an article during the week on it. What did you get from talking to Luke Bird and co? Do you think that adds a little bit, or is it just a bit of gamesmanship?
Well, I mean, he talked it down a bit. I mean, he's sort of saying more the audience will give Josh a bit, but you know, I know. Talking to Luke, he's still good mates with Josh, and you know, there's no animosity there. But he's, I think they're very keen to sort of get a win over him. I'm sure, because you know, I think they were pretty shocked when he did leave to go to Merryweather.
Yeah, so look, I think that it's always a tough thing moving clubs, and it always does add some spice to the game. Both these clubs have been, I mean, Merryweather obviously they're the holders of the 2020 title and have been probably the dominant cricket team with Ham Wicks for a long time. Uni's had some good form over the last few years. I think, a premiership maybe 4 or 5 years ago now?
Probably only three
years ago. Of course, some of those players are left, but it's still quite a talented side, although probably not having the season they would have expected, you'd say.
Well, I mean, they're coming back a bit. I mean, yesterday they had the outright win over Waratah, which, I think it's rocketed them up from second last to sixth on the ladder. So I think they're going to take a lot of confidence from that going into today. And, I mean, in Luke Bird, you know, he's still a quality all-round cricketer with the ball and the bat, and plenty of other good bats like Joe Kirk and Rob Faraday, of course, is back for a rare appearance. Well, he'll certainly add a lot of experience to the side. So I wouldn't say Uni are no chance of winning today, but I certainly would think that Merryweather should win if they play to their potential. But I think Uni winning the toss and electing to bat is a good plan for Uni. I think if they're going to win, they need to bat first and score a good total. Yeah,
that's interesting. Both the clubs coming off an outright win in the NDCA round, so they're both obviously at top form, I suppose, coming into Christmas. So it should be a good one. Did you get a chance to go and watch the semi-finals?
I did, yeah. I went to both semi-finals a fortnight ago, and I mean, obviously the star of that day was Simon Moore, Merryweather captain. 129 off 70 balls. He was just hitting the ball to all parts of the ground and manufacturing a couple of really interesting shots. A few like even paddle shots and getting right side of off stump and flicking them down leg side. So he's the big wicket, I think, that Uni have to get today. But Uni bowled very good in that game. They in their semi-final they rolled Western Suburbs for 99. So and if they can replicate that sort of bowling performance, they're going to go a long way to winning two today.
Is it fair to say though that Uni's strength is probably their bowling attack, which up against this Merryweather batting lineup, it's going to be an interesting day?
Yeah, certainly. I think obviously Luke Bird, he's probably one of the quickest bowlers in Newcastle. Michael Radnich is back today. He hasn't played much cricket this year due to a back injury, but he's back in the side. That's a huge lift for them. Robbie Carter's back. He hasn't played much two-day cricket this year either. So, and Joe Kirk's been bowling quite well this year. So I think
and Tim Prescott I think's picked up a couple of wickets along the way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think he had a five for last week in two-day cricket. So yeah, they've got plenty of options there. So yeah, sort of a funny thing with this 2020 cricket. You never really know what's going to happen. Is really it comes down to a couple of good overs from a batsman or good a mate, even possibly a maiden, or a 2 or 3 run over from a bowler that can really turn a game.
And certainly, I think in games like this, fielding can win or lose. And Uni a fairly young, athletic side. Maybe Rob Faraday the exception there, but he's no slouch. But maybe that's something that might give University the edge. Yeah,
quite possibly. The Merryweather side, does have some ageing bodies in it. So yeah, Uni should be quicker along the outfield, and it's pretty warm here today too. But it's only a 20-over game, so they shouldn't get too tired. But you're right there. I think Uni might have a little bit of an edge, especially from on the boundary.
So we talk about Simon. Obviously, when you talk about Merryweather, you talk of Simon more being a danger play. But what other guys in this side do you think can take the game by the scruff of the neck? I mean, you went and saw them play Ham Wicks in a great Country Cup game last week. Sam Gilmore, went well with the bat?
Yeah, certainly. He's definitely made for this type of cricket too. I mean, he's very much a stroke maker. He likes to hit the ball hard and then can go big. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. They batted him quite far down the order during the semi-final. He didn't actually get a knock, and I'm seeing today they've got a team list saying that he's going to bat 10, which I think if they need quicker runs, he'll certainly slow up that order pretty quickly. But other one, Pat Darwin's going to come in at 3. He's a former Australian under-19 player. He's also played New South Wales country. He's got all the shots. He's a very good cricketer, so he'll be a good foil for Moore. And Hamish Bartlett, who opened the batting with Moore last week, 2 weeks ago in the T20 semi-final, I think he got 38 off about 30 balls, and he looks a really good talent, young player coming from Merryweather. So, I mean, they've got some good batsmen there. You've got obviously Josh Emmenden to come in, Dave Sellop. They've both played a lot of first-grade cricket, and Mark Cameron is also quite a big hitter of the ball too, coming in at 6. So, yeah, there's plenty of options there for the Lions.
And, of course, Mark Cameron's experience with the ball, that's going to be a big factor in this game, you think?
Oh, certainly. I mean, there was still talk at this, only a few months ago that he might be going to get a big bash contract. So, he's still very highly thought of in New South Wales cricket circles for the pace and his accuracy in T20 cricket, and of course he's now coaching the Sydney Thunder. So he should if he doesn't get a few wickets here today, I'll be very surprised, and you'll probably see him bowling those overs of the death when it really counts, I'd say. Yeah,
he's certainly been a boost to the comp, someone of his quality coming back and playing. Now the umpires are moving out to the middle. Umpires this afternoon are Bruce Muddle and Pete Davis. Just to recap the details of today, Toronto were successful in the under-15s 2020 final over Wests, and in the Dennis Broad Cup, Ham Wicks were successful over Belmont. So it should be shortly we should be seeing the players come onto the field. It's kind of an interesting day. There's a bit of breeze coming from I suppose my directions aren't the best, but I'd have to say the southeast maybe. I could be mistaken. But I don't think there's anything here that's going to give too much to worry about in terms of the weather. They talked about some storms, but it's looking pretty like we'll get through it. So, all in all, should be a good day of cricket. Merryweather, as Josh pointed out, are in the field after Uni won the toss and sent them in. And strolling out to the crease are their openers, Tim Prescott.
And Luke Bird, that is, in the yellow helmet. Yeah, I went and had a bit of a look at the pitch before, Pete, and it's very hard. Good evening cover of grass. Actually, a fair bit more grass than I probably would have thought there'd be for a T20 game, but looks very hard and looks very flat. So a lot of runs were scored yesterday in the Cardiff and Wallsend game. I mean, Brett Jackson knocked up 100, and Bailey McGill got 70 odd for Cardiff. So yeah, it looks should be plenty of runs again today, and nice fast outfield too. So good day for cricket.
Yeah, it's a good ground to play on. It's certainly it's big. So fielding is hard work. So we're shortly to get underway here. Cameron taking the new ball for Merryweather, bowling from the Market Town end. And he'll be bowling to Tim Prescott. Let's just have a look at the field Merryweather's going to start with. Of course, you can only have 2 outside of the circle in the first 6 overs. I think that's correct. My knowledge of the rules is somewhat a bit shady, but so we're starting with the third man. He's got 2 slips, point, cover, mid-off, sort of straight mid-on there, mid-wicket, and a wide fine leg. And we're just about to get underway. It'll be Cameron to Prescott. Oh, a bit of a false start there. Mark's mind mustn't have been right.
Yeah, a few of the Uni Boys supporters down there on the fence. I'm sure they'll be yelling a few things out. They're always quite vocal at these games.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find Edmonton out there, that's for sure. Here's Cameron. Oh,
Nice
nice.
pace first up.
Yeah, that was a good delivery, wasn't it?
He must have hurried back early this morning, Mark Cameron. I saw him yesterday on the Big Bash coverage, running out a few towels and spare gloves for the Thunder boys. Of course, he's the bowling coach down there.
Well, he loves his cricket, doesn't he? So he played yesterday, down to Sydney last night and back today. Comes in for the second ball. Oh. I don't know if Prescott knew much about that. He sort of turned his head away and I think hoped it didn't hit him.
No, well, might have moved just in time there because that was right on the money, that ball.
Not much he can do about that.
He does tend to bowl within himself these days in the Newcastle comp, Cameron, but probably the T20 cricket, and when he really needs to get wickets, he still does amp it up, and from the look of it, he's going to amp it up today.
Oh, a bit fuller. Prescott pushes it to cover for a quick single. Is that Bartlett the fielder that ball, is it? That young bloke?
Yeah, I believe so.
So this is a bit of a change in the field for Bird. Fine leg comes up into the circle and he's pushing out sort of to a deep cover, deep extra cover, is it? He's Bartlett gone back there to the fence. No, he's coming around behind point now. Oh. No, it's a wide. He's calling it a wide. I tell you, Josh, I didn't think that he went near that.
No, I wasn't. I'm not sure what they were appealing for. Obviously, thought he might have got a glove on it, but it was certainly nowhere near the ball.
I think he's appealing then was so it wouldn't be given a wide. Maybe he thought he'd get the umpire thinking about something different, but that's not the case. So a wide, an extra ball for Uni.
What sort of total do you think Uni need today to really be competitive?
Well, you'd have to think 180 would be... oh, nice shot.
He's got hold of that nicely, but looks like he's going to pull up.
Yeah, he's coming back for the third. Who's that chasing that out there? I can't quite see it. Nice shot from Bird. Yeah, you'd think, 160 to 180 is what they'd be aiming for. Obviously, that's a good total, but... I mean, the thing is that Merryweather is so potentially they can just score so quickly, and they can score from so many players. So
yeah, of course, Merryweather made 4 for 204 in the semi-final. So you think they're going to need 160 to 180 at least.
Oh. Prescott kind of again just looked like he was trying to protect his body more than play a shot there, but he gets a single down the fine leg.
He's bowling more of a leg stump sort of line, as they so far. Cameron obviously trying to cramp up the batsman and not give him too much freedom to free their arms a bit.
Yeah, he certainly is. That's why he's bowled at Prescott. Let's see what he does here now. He's got Bird on strike again. Oh. More full and wide of the off stump, and that's the end of the first over. That's 6 came off that.
Yep, 9 for 6. Yep.
After 1. Well, did you read anything into that at all, Josh? I suppose what you saw was Mark bowling with some ferocity. Certainly at a first over there was a couple. That second ball certainly went through Prescott pretty quickly. Yeah,
well, he's it's obvious that he's taking his game pretty seriously, and that second ball was a beauty. But it's going to be hard, I think, for Uni to score too many runs off Cameron. I'll probably try and limit his wicket taking ability and possibly try and score runs at the other end. Yeah, it looks like Sam Gilmore's going to take the first over from the southern end, the netball court end of number 1 sports ground.
Pushing the field around here. So he's got a deep mid off on the fence here. That's Bartlett down here. Morton round to a whitish mid off. That's more of an extra cover.
He's
now.
obviously going to try and bowl full and at the stumps because he hasn't got much covered on either side of the wicket for over the top.
And that's pretty much what he did first up. Morton has a ping. Oh, jeez. Well, I think he might have hit the bat then, but nice single. They're showing good urgency and they're running between wickets early on. I think that's something that's going to have to keep up through this innings. Now he's got the same field to Bird. He's dropped a deep extra cover and a deep mid off. No.
Yeah, looks like Pat Darwin there at deep cover.
It's Gilmore in for the second ball over to Bird. Oh, wayward down the ass. That's another wide. Can't afford too many of those. And I think this is one of the things when you're bowling a bloke like Bird, like he can hit the ball, and it must be in the bowler's mind. You know, anything off where you want it to go, anything loose, he's going to put you away. And I think it just showed there as Sammy was just pushed it down leg side. Oh, straight to
Yeah, I
mid
think,
on.
you know, he's obviously he's trying to create room for himself and score through that sort of that cover region or mid-off region. I think they don't want to bowl anything short at him either because he's quite a good puller of the ball. So, but Simon Moore's obviously he set the field for a strong offside field with plenty of protection there on the fence. So,
Gilmore. Oh, through him there. That was a bit of an agricultural shot there from Bird. He didn't really hit, I don't know, he just seemed to swing it. He didn't know what he was doing and there wasn't much commitment to it.
yeah. Well, he's from Taree, which I suppose is considered a country town,
Well, this
even
is
though I'm not
true.
sure if he ever lived on a farm, but yeah, it certainly was an agricultural shot.
Gilmore, oh nice. And that's the trouble when you don't have that protection back there. That's 4 runs to Bird down through the third man region.
And yeah, first boundary of the day.
Yeah, first of many I'd imagine.
Takes Uni to none for 12 off 2 overs. Oh, in the second over, sorry.
Gilmore comes in. Oh, it's a big hit. That's going all the way. Big 6 there from Bird, and that's a good example of why he's up the top of the order in a 2020 game.
Oh, great shot. I mean, that cleared the fence by probably 10 metres. So, yeah, just a real nice, clean hitting. I mean, he's pitched it up right in the hitting slot, and he's delivered.
Yeah, Sam just overpitched that one a bit. Let's see what he comes back with here, Gilmore. Oh, he's bowled him. Well, a beautiful comeback from Gilmore. And, you know, Bird again. Look, I mean, and whilst that was a lovely 6 and a nice 4 before, there were a couple of times that we saw he was swinging a bit blindly, and he probably wasn't the shot to play on that delivery.
No, it was a little bit less full that time, and Bird obviously tried to replicate the shot, but he never got to the pitch of that ball properly, and I think his head was up too. So yeah, it's cleaned him up, and yeah, good hit back from Sam Gilmore. It's a massive wicket too there for Merewether, because I think if Luke Bird got a quick 30 or 40, it really puts Uni in the box seat here. But that's a massive wicket because he's obviously essential for University. So yeah, Merryweather will be stoked with that wicket.
That brings Liam McKechnie to the crease. Fair to say, McKechnie probably not the danger man, but you know, he's the kind of bat that could hang around and pick up a few. I think, you know, the aim for him would be to bat with these blokes through this innings in a way.
Yeah, he's been pretty a bit short of runs this year, Liam McKechnie. I think he got 100 last year. He's one of his first in first grade cricket.
Oh, Cameron, he's bowling a beautiful length there to Prescott.
Yeah, I think Prescott's really going to have to be the key here because he's quite an accomplished batsman. He's going to have to bat for at least till 10 or 12 over mark, I think, to really help Uni to a decent total. But they still have Joe Kirk to come and Rob Faraday, so there's still plenty of batting there. Will Metcalf's is a handy batsman, and even Aaron Mahoney got a couple of good scores recently in two-day cricket as well. So it's not all doom and gloom yet for Uni.
Cameron in. Oh, lovely shot. And there's a fielder down there, but he had no hope of getting to that.
Yeah, he just beautifully used the pace of the ball, didn't he? And just helped it over the top of probably second or third slip.
Yeah, Cameron probably just dropped a bit short there and gave Prescott some time.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of facing a bowler like Mark Cameron. If you can get a bit of willow on the ball, you're certainly going to fly on this outfield.
Oh, that's a lovely ball. It's back on that length again that Prescott's struggling with. Cameron comes down the pitch and has a look at him. Maybe he was just giving him some advice on how to play him, I think, there.
Well, he likes his coaching these days, so I'm sure it was just helping him out.
That's true. It's good to see him taking coaching to the game as well. Tough game for bowlers this 2020. It's really all about the batsman, isn't it? That's what the crowd's come to see.
Yeah, well, it's been interesting, I think, watching a lot of the Big Bash, how spin bowling is really playing a part in T20 cricket, which you probably would have thought that spinners wouldn't get much of a look in that sort of format, but they've been quite successful.
Cameron in again. Oh, Prescott tries to repeat the shot of earlier, but he just didn't pick the bounce there.
Yeah, it didn't quite have enough room that time. It was a lot closer to him than the first boundary, so no room there to cut that.
It's lovely bowling, but he's just saying to him, well, come inside me and try to hit me over mid-wicket if you're good enough, because it's just a difficult length to play. He's not going to be able to hit that back over his head, and really at the moment, third man looks like his only scoring shot. Oh, he tried to give himself a bit of room there, but Cameron, the wily old character that he is, puts it full, and Prescott nowhere near it. Uni boys getting vocal down there?
No, I think he had him beat for pace that time, didn't he?
Oh, he saw him coming and put it in the slot. Back to the top of his mark. Oh, he went again, but a slower ball this time, and he just pushes it to cover and scamper through for a single.
Yeah, it wasn't too badly played, that ball. It was a nice adjustment.
Yeah, it was.
Had to change his shot.
That's the end of the third over. The score is 1 for 23. That was a good over from Cameron. I mean, there was the 4 in there, but generally speaking, I mean, that was the only real scoring shot. I mean, a single off the last ball, but the rest of that over, those other 4 balls, Prescott really just couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah, I mean, the run rate's not too bad for Uni, for 23 off 18 balls, but I think the Luke Bird wicket's going to be quite costly in the long run for him at this stage. But if Prescott can stay a bit longer and keep knocking over a couple of boundaries each over, it should be a competitive total.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I assume he's going to... Cameron will have a rest from that top end and come back later, but who's going to take over from him is going to be interesting.
I think obviously Dan Morton would be an option, the big left armour. He gets some good bounce off the pitch. He'll be pretty difficult to put away in this sort of form of cricket.
I think he's pretty difficult to put away in most forms of cricket, Dan Morton.
There's Josh Geary's a handy bowler too. I'm sure he'll bowl a few overs.
Nicely fielded off his own bowling there, Gilmore. Prescott didn't quite get onto that. It's not timing that straight one as well. And they've adjusted the field a bit here. They've got the third man and the mid-off outside the circle. Obviously, after those runs in the last over, they decided to plug that gap as Gilmore moves in. Oh, Delicate shot, running it down there, coming back for the second. Make it comfortably.
Yeah, Josh Emerton down there at third man, fielding that ball.
Oh, nice ball there from Gilmore. Gilmore moves in again. Oh, Prescott comes down the wicket. But lovely bowling from Gilmore, but you'd have to think, Tim, he just lifted his head there.
He's really got to be getting bat on ball. I mean, even if they can't get the big boundary, he's got to be rotating the strike with a single, some twos, and yeah, they can't have these dot balls adding up for too much longer.
No, that's right. And I think, just from facing Cameron, he's struggled a little bit, and maybe that's in his head a bit. He's got the pressure starting to tell. He knows it's the fourth over.
Yeah, well, I guess it creates pressure that he thinks he needs to score all the runs off this end. So.
Oh, Trent Bush down there, nice fielding, but a single there to Emerton. Interesting to see on that ball that Jeremy Ford there at wicketkeeper came up to the stumps. Of course, limiting Prescott's ability to get out of the crease.
Yeah, we had showed a bit of an inclination to try and come forward a bit, so that'll keep him back.
It's good keeping from Ford. Oh, down the leg side. Lucky not get called wide there. Again, it's almost like that automatic appeal, isn't it? Anything down the leg side, let's give it a shout and get the umpire thinking something different. Nowhere near that.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there, I thought. Probably thought they should have been a wide.
That brings us to the end of the fourth over. 1 for 26. That was a good over for Merryweather.
Score update is after the fourth over. University are 1 for 26.
Yeah, that's well, looks like Morton is coming into the attack. Interesting to see how Prescott deals with this. He's pretty much faced the last 2 overs. I think McKechnie may have faced 1 delivery. So he's got to get along with it. Yeah,
well, with Morton's height, he obviously gets a lot more bounce, and that might potentially open up a few more shots for Prescott. He might get a bit of bounce and might be able to use the cut and the pull. So they've obviously really got to start making a move here.
We've got a third man, deep third man, a deep square leg as Morton comes in.
Pretty sharp start too.
Yeah. Comes from such height, doesn't he?
And left arm is always coming over the wicket into a right-hand batsman, always difficult too, so especially at a bit of height and a bit of pace, he's a very difficult bowler to get away.
Well, the story I hear from a lot of bats is that most of the side screens can't cope with his height, so you're actually watching the ball come out of the trees. Morton at the top of his mark, just waiting here. A few adjustments to the field, the square legs come up and a point's dropped back to the boundary. Oh, lovely delivery. I mean, it's easy to be critical of Prescott, to say he's got to get on with it, but geez, I don't know, that was just a lovely delivery. There's not much he could have done with that.
No, exactly. I can't see what sort of scoring shot he could get from that ball. That was reared beautifully up around the gloves and seemed to cut away a bit too off the pitch.
Morton moves in. Oh, that's beautiful bowling.
He's really found his length beautifully, hasn't he? That's exactly where you want it. There's not much you can do there.
Yeah, and we saw from that end with Cameron, he was doing the same thing. And Prescott's just struggling with the ball of that length, and that's the way. I mean, it's difficult for any batsman. He might want to think about maybe taking strike a bit further down the pitch. I'm not sure. He's
certainly going to have to start taking a few risks, I think, if they're going to run out of overs here.
Oh, he calmed down. But again, Morton saw him coming and didn't panic and put the ball in a good spot. That's lovely bowling.
I've been very impressed with Morton's first over here. He's just very good control. I mean, he's been out of the game for a good sort of 6 weeks or so with a quad injury. I think he only came back last week, so he's obviously been doing plenty of bowling in the nets and hasn't really affected his rhythm too much because he's bowling sensationally straight away.
Bit of a crowd shot there. People enjoying the afternoon as Morton moves in again. Oh, Prescott's got onto this one, down to the third man. That should be just a single.
Yeah, it's built up quite a bit there over there on Cow Corner near the sheds as you drive into the ground.
Looks like the Merryweather crowd over there. That was one to Prescott. That brings McKechnie on strike. Seems like he's been out there for a long time, but this is only probably the second ball he's faced. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, they certainly need to be rotating the strike a lot more, Uni. You can't afford in these sort of cricket to get pinned at one end for too long, especially if you aren't hitting boundaries.
Oh, and that's better.
Yeah, it's well run.
Well played by McKechnie and well run. That's the kind of stuff they got to do, just turn the strike over. That's the end of a great first over from Morton. There's only 2 from that. 1 for 28 after 5. So Gilmore is being replaced. This is...
Yes, that's it's Josh Geary, yeah.
Now you'd have to think that given what we've seen from Cameron or Morton, they're going to have to get the runs from somewhere else. So we just need those 2. What's he doing here with the field, Simon? He's pushed Bartlett back to the deep mid-off. And that Morton, after he finishes over, he's banished to the boundary out there at sort of a deep square leg. Just four to square. Bartlett's coming back up into the circle and he's pushing the third man back. I mean, it's probably a smart move. That's where most of the runs have come.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say Josh Geary's a weak link, but he's certainly someone they're going to have to look to score from, I think.
Geary to McKechnie. Oh, again, it's great to see forward coming up to the stumps. I just think that puts that extra pressure on the batsman, changes the way they use their feet, it keeps them in the crease. It's certainly good as a bowler knowing you've got a keeper with that sort of ability and not afraid to do that.
Yeah, well, no batsman enjoys having a keeper right there in the ear, do they?
Oh, nice take from Ford.
Yeah, he's probably one of the less, less big names, I suppose, in the Merryweather lineup. He probably doesn't get the credit a lot of all the other star players do, but he's always a very handy performer with the gloves.
Oh, nice take. Look, he's a very good cricketer, and I mean, he's a Cardiff junior originally, and I remember watching him probably 5 or 6 years ago. He must have been 15 or 16. He played in a third grade final for Cardiff. And his batting with, I can't remember who he was batting with that day, pretty much won him the game in very difficult conditions. He's a very mature cricketer at a young age. Oh, lovely shot from McKechnie. They needed that. It was a bit wide there from Geary, and McKechnie's punished it through cover for 4.
Yeah, well, he looked like he nearly slipped there on the pitch, and he still went through the shot beautifully. So, yeah, it was very well played. And certainly, I think it was only the second boundary of the match. I think the first boundary in probably three overs or so. So
yeah, I think that's it
was the sixth, of course, from Bird.
I think it's the third boundary and a 6. But Certainly. It was the first one, really, that Geary gave him any width. Geary moves in. Oh, nice shot. Running it down to third man for the single. It's a good play from McKechnie, and I think that this is, Prescott really needs to look at how his partner's batting. Even when it's difficult, he's looking for those singles and turning the strike over.
Yeah, but you're a tough bowler to score from, I think, Josh Geary. I mean, he's not very quick, nothing really much to work with.
Oh, he skied that one, and it's up. It's down the third man, just for a single. Geez, he didn't really look like he was confident in that shot. And
He had no idea where that was going.
Seems he's a bit rusty. That's the end of the sixth over, and 1 for 34 is the score.
And at the conclusion of the sixth over, Uni are 1 for 34. 1 for 34.
Yeah, I think Merryweather captain Simon Moore will be quite happy where the game is at the moment. They seem to be well in control, Merryweather, and I think Uni really need to start forcing the issue.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, Simon, it's hard to make him happy out there. He's a fairly serious man, but he'd have to think that his bowlers have done the job for him so far, and being backed up, by some good field settings.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with all the bowlers from Merryweather today. No, bar maybe a ball or two, hasn't really been any loose deliveries, and Morton and Cameron in particular have been outstanding.
That's a good ball. Oh, he's going to call that a wide. Yeah, it's fair enough. Just for the viewers, after that sixth over, the field restriction of 2 outside the circle is no longer in place. So we've got a deep third man, deep fine leg here. We've got a man out at deep point, and we've got 2 back at mid on and mid off. So Merryweather did well to get through that period of time. Oh, he's got onto it, but
That's a carry to the field, but
yeah,
didn't quite get all that, did he? It sounded a bit tinny off the bat.
Did Morton back to the top of his mark. Oh, nice delivery. Played well by McKechnie. Drops it in there. Might be looking for 2 here. He's coming back. Oh, very well run, I must say.
He's only a little fella, isn't he, Liam McKechnie? He's quite quick on the ground.
He moved there, and the Merryweather boys may have been a bit slow in the field off the mark, and he picked that up. Ran well.
It was a good ball too. It was actually well played. He just
after near gloves, you reckon?
Closed it down.
Maybe he's a bit
nervous, you reckon?
Well, he might have been a bit pumping. After running a 2, he's having a bit of a breather.
It's quite warm today, though. I think it's actually cooled down a little bit since play started. A bit of breeze about, but it's certainly quite warm out there. But I would have thought you wouldn't have got through a pair of gloves yet.
No, maybe he didn't check them well before he went out. Uni support getting vocal. Probably mentioning to Liam about the glove issue, I'd say, as Morton comes in. Oh, lovely ball. It's just difficult to do anything with that.
Well, the fact that he's so tall, he can get quite steeple bounce from such a without having to bang it in too short. So that's it's very difficult to play, especially when you're trying to score quick runs. In 2-day cricket, you can afford to, I suppose, just let them go through to the keeper and just try to survive and see your way in. But certainly not that luxury in T20 cricket.
Oh, a bit fuller. McKechnie finds the gap. Didn't quite get onto it. He'll pick up 2 here. Is thrown in. Who's that fielding that out there? That looked like Cameron, I think, was it? No.
Might be Simon Moore, is it?
No, he threw left hand. I don't think Simon's used his left hand for anything in his life.
It's Josh Emmerton, sorry.
Josh Emmett, yeah. Josh, a lot of pressure on him.
I wouldn't want to be dropping one today if I were him.
No. Morton, a lovely full ball. Well run. Oh, direct hit. He could have been in trouble then.
I think he was gone at that hit.
Yeah.
And Prescott seemed to give it up too. He knew he wasn't going to get there.
I think that was Pat Darwin there. He had a shot at the stumps and only had the one to aim at. Anyway, they get away with it. They've got to take those risks. Morton moves in. Oh, plays it straight to... Oh, well done. That was a beautiful throw.
Oh, superb bit of fielding by Josh Emmerton.
Yeah.
He loved that too. He's picked it up cleanly and just looked like hit middle or leg stump. But yeah, beautiful bit of fielding.
That's the end of Prescott.
Yeah, had Prescott out by metres there.
Maybe Prescott hadn't watched him enough at training last year.
Has University 2 for 41. 2 for 41, incoming batsman Joe Kirk.
Joe Kirk coming out. He's going to be a key today for Uni.
Yeah, he's a fine batsman at his best, Joe Kirk. But I think he's really recaptured his best form since he's been at Uni. I mean, he obviously scored some good runs there at Newcastle City a couple of years ago, and also at Wall's End. But I think Uni have seen his best yet, and today would certainly be the time to start delivering.
Yeah, he's certainly always been a talented cricketer. I think playing the year in off-season in England probably helped him a little bit, but on his day,
he's actually been bowling quite well this season. I mean, I think with Josh Emmerton leaving Uni and Josh Bennett, there's been a bit of a void to fill in the bowling department for University, and he stepped up and bowled some quite handy spells and taken some key wickets. So I think they've been pretty happy with what he's doing up there.
yeah, he's always been a good bowler, but never backed himself. When he was captain at City, he didn't bowl himself. I didn't think enough, but it's good to see someone else giving him a go. Geary moves in. Fielded well off his own bowling there.
Sticking with just the two. Oh, there's four out for Joe Kirk.
Yeah, we got a mid-off, mid-on, and a backward square leg there. And third man. Geary. Oh, nice shot, just for a single. Down to Bartlett. Whips it back. These two both quick between the wickets, so that should put a bit of pressure on the Merryweather field.
Yeah. There's plenty of room out there at deep cover, so maybe possibly look to go over there or find leggers up. Or there's a bit of a gap there too at deep mid-wicket too. So
well, they've just pushed the cover back, I think, noting what McKechnie did to that wide one of Geary's in the last over. Certainly with these plays going back, of course, there's a bit more space for these quick singles in close. So interesting part of the game. Nice shot from Liam there. I mean, this is the key for Union, probably what they missed in those first couple of overs at times. That even if they're not hitting the big shots, they've got to be picking up the singles. They've got to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, the longer he's been out there, I think Liam's looking a lot much better. He's, he picked up that ball nicely just then.
Oh, full one from Geary there. Got through Kirk.
Yeah, it sort of dropped on him a bit then, maybe a little bit of swing too. So he got under Joe Kirk's bat.
It's down to third man for one. Don't know how, if he actually meant that to go that way. I think by the turn of his head there, it seemed like it was a bit of a shock.
Even that first one, I think he drove down the ground. Looked like he was probably trying to hit a bit straighter than ended up going. Went sort of more of a whitish mid off.
Yeah, he looks like he might be taking the ball away from him a little bit. Down to Bartlett, fielded well.
He's bowling great to his field here, Josh Geary.
Yeah,
He's, obviously Morey's given him a plan. He's sticking to it. He hasn't bowled any rubbish at all, and just those little dobblers that he bowls up there and gets him to wobble around a little bit, and it doesn't really provide the batsman with much in room to open the shoulders up and really hit it through the covers or hit it over the top.
That's exactly right. I mean, that's all a captain can ask for. I think there's only really been that one poorish delivery that he bowled in his 2 overs, and that was the one that McKechnie put down through cover for 4. It's a bit wide, but the rest of it's been on the money. So Morton's bowling. He's starting his 3rd over. Oh, McKechnie playing it straight to mid off.
Yeah, it's I think a good move by Simon Moore to keep Morton going, because I mean he seems to be bowling with a lot of good rhythm, and he's obviously got Mark Cameron to bowl 2 more overs to the death if need be. So why not bowl out Morton here his whole 4 overs and sort of possibly take another wicket or 2 and really put the clamps down on Uni.
Have a go at that dog. Can we get a camera on that? I've never seen anything like it.
I'm sure that's not a line.
I don't know. It looks like. So, folks, the lion has turned up. Is this the Merryweather mascot down there? Look at it. There you go.
I thought Dan Proudman was the mascot.
No, that's. I think that's Dan's dog, though. That's beautiful that the lion could come out today. You don't see it out enough. Morton in. Oh, that's a nice shot from Kirk. It's down there, but the field, again, they're just bowling well to their field, and I think it's a testament too to, Simon obviously is a long-time captain here, and he knows these guys. They've played together and they've played a lot of cricket together, and his fields are complementing his bowls quite well. Here comes Morton. Bit lucky there, Loom, but he's going to get 3 here, and this is well run.
It was a difficult chance for Dave Sellett, but he probably could have caught it, but it was certainly a tough chance, and he's dived to his right, but it's just come out. But
maybe that's an example of the ageing Merryweather side issue that we talked about before. Dave maybe 10 years ago would have swallowed it, but it was a difficult chance. Morton in again. Oh.
Attempting to move across his stumps a bit there, Joe Kirk, and help it down the leg side, but didn't quite get bat on it. And
you can see what his plan was. He just couldn't execute it.
Well, I think they've certainly got to start doing that, because Merryweather bowlers aren't really giving them anything to work with conventional cricket shots, so they might have to start manufacturing a few shots to really push this run rate along, because at 2 for 50 in the 10th over, it's not good enough.
Oh, nice over. It was a good finish from Morton. So that'll be after 9 overs, 2 for 50.
University are now 50 runs off 9 overs and 2 wickets down.
Looking there at the Hamwicks crew under their yellow tents. Of course, they were victorious. Oh, it might have been some Hamwicks victorious in the Dennis Broad Cup, of course, named after a life member of that club. Oh, Geary.
Yeah, I'm sure Hamwicks would be disappointed not to be in this final today. They've usually quite strong at the shorter forms of cricket. They last year lost the T20 final to Merryweather. But, of course, they had a good win last week in the SCG Country Cup over the line, so they were pretty happy about that, I'm told.
Geary, nice bowling. Just up there in the slot. Not much Kirk could do with that, but Scamper through for a single.
I mean, that's it. We were talking obviously about Simon Moore's field placements today and how good they've been, but also the bowling's really backed them up.
That's lovely bowling. Good lines. Just cramping McKechnie then. You could see McKechnie's really wanting to get at him. But again, I say, look, Jeremy Ford up there, the stumps. It's really changing the way these guys can bat. Oh, punches that through the mid-wicket just for a single. Yeah, it's nice fielding out there.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be bowling quick as he does on two-day cricket either, Josh Geary. So he's obviously taking a lot of pace off the ball and making it even harder, making the batsmen manufacture all the speed themselves.
Oh, full one. It's going back. Oh, that's a 6 from Kirk.
Yeah, great shot. I mean, finally Geary gave him a bit of a loose ball and he's dispatched it beautifully, full toss, straight over the top of mid-on. That's the second 6 of the day.
And that's sort of a batsman that, he must be in a bit of form because he's been cramped up. They've been bowling quite well to him, but the first loose one that comes, he puts it away nicely. It's obviously seen him well. Let's hope he can get on and get a few and make a game of this one.
Yeah, well, obviously Geary's every ball he's trying to bowl full and get in Yorkers, and that time he's obviously over-pitched it a bit, and Kirk has made him pay. Good shot. Oh, good comeback there from Josh Geary. Straight in the block hole, no run.
That's after 10 overs, so we're halfway, and the score is 2 for 59.
Well, from this point of the match, what do you think that Uni can get to? I mean, is 130 out of the picture, or is that sort of a realistic target, do you think?
Well, you'd think that they'd still, 130 is very realistic, but I think that they'd still be thinking 150. I mean, they've got wickets in hand. They've just these two have got to stay here for a while. I mean, that's one thing about T20 cricket. You think about hitting quick runs, but the other thing you don't want to start doing is losing quick wickets. If these two can just keep it rolling along for the next couple of overs, picking up their 6 to 8 and over, it really puts them in a good spot to come home hard.
Looks like Tim O'Neill's coming into the attack. Is that Trent Bush?
It's Trent Bush.
Yeah.
Tim O'Neill, of course, not in the side today. This could be a key part of the game, and no offence to Trent, but I'm sure that Uni would think that they've really got to get after him if they're going to get a decent score.
Yeah, certainly.
And it was a bit short. Kechnie puts it down. Square leg for 1. That was Sellop down there fielding that. So for Trent here, he's got the deep square leg, deep extra cover. Sorry, deep mid-wicket. One's played down nicely. It's Darwin after it.
Yeah, certainly I think Uni are going to have to identify Trent Bush as a bowler they've really got to go after and really start making a move here, because they've got to lift that run rate, and he's probably, to be fair to him, he's not as good as some of the other bowlers in the attack, so it's time to move for him.
Kirk's found the gap there, pushing out deep cover, just for the single. He just dropped that down, just a quick single to Darwin fielding.
Yeah, you saw him coming there, Bushy, and he's sort of dropped a little bit short, a little bit flatter, a little bit quicker, and sort of tightened it up for him. Didn't give him much room to flay the arms.
No. Kirk's just put that out to deep mid-wicket for a single. Bartlett fielding that ball out there. Should be the last ball the over, I think. Comes in. Oh, well that was just... the uni crowd love that. I mean, I think Pat Darwin would like to dig a hole right now.
Yeah, that's certainly uncharacteristic from Darwin. I'm sure one in 100 he'd drop that, but that was quite an easy catch at this level.
Yeah, I mean it was it wasn't the best ball, but it wasn't a bad one, but it was an awful shot.
11 overs,
But he got away with it.
2 for 66.
7 off that over for the first over from Trent Bush, and 2 for 66 off 11.
Well, I think Joe Kirk's certainly got to make the most of that, because that was a massive let-off.
I think it was McKechnie that got dropped, actually. Gilmore's back into the attack. But you're right. I think make Pat Darwin have nightmares about that tonight if McKechnie gets away here. He's gone deep. It's gone down the middle. That's a 6. Well, there you go. And already Darwin's catching's coming to haunt them. Lovely shot.
Yeah, he hasn't seemed to have middled too many today, Lee McKechnie, but he certainly hit that one nice.
He certainly did. And he's given the uni crowd a salute. Well, the uni crowd's not letting him forget he dropped it, are they?
They'll get louder as the ales flow, I'm sure.
Here comes Gilmore. Oh, McKechnie. He's found the gap there. Lovely shot. Well, this is the big over they needed. 10 off the first 2 deliveries. Sam's just going to have to think about his length here. That was just too short. And haven't given him much at all yet so far at Merryweather, but that was probably one of the poorer balls that Sam Gilmore's produced, and beautifully put away by McKechnie. And he's obviously, after that little let off he was given last over, he's going to make the most of this, and he's certainly doing that. Yeah. Last time someone hit him for a 6, he bowled on the next ball, but McKechnie's put a stop to that with that lovely 4 pick the gap there. Third ball the over. Gilmore in. Down the ground for the single. Straight to Bartlett. Well, it's a good flurry. And your 3 balls still to come. If they can pick up another boundary or 2 here, this is the kind of overs. They need a few of these overs at the back end, and you could be looking at 150.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think he's obviously seen the ball nicely, so if they can keep him there for a few more overs, who knows?
Oh, Kirk nicely chipped over the infield. That's a lovely shot.
Yeah.
That's a 4. That's 15 off the first 4 balls. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, moved his feet beautifully to the ball then, the pitch of the ball, and just helped it over the top of the cover.
Yeah, he knew where he was going with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Sam Gilmore comes back from this, because they've obviously taken a bit of a liking to his bowling this over, and he's going to have to hit back with something.
Oh. Very difficult chance. There's a single to Kirk. I think it...
Yeah, that was Josh Hamilton who put that one down. Another tough chance, but...
That's better delivery from Gilmore. Yeah, it was a tough chance, but the uni crowd loved it.
Yeah, great over there for University, probably the best of the game.
Yeah, 16 runs from that. That's certainly been the most expensive over. That's 2 for 82 off 13.
And with 16 runs coming,
there they are. Bird is the word, according to the uni fans. It's good to see some 60s surf rock being incorporated into the cricket today. Perhaps Luke might give us a rendition of that song if Uni are victorious.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Birdie's like with the classics. It was obviously a bit before his time, but I'm sure he's a fan though.
Oh, look, it may have been before his time, but I'm sure it's still in the jukeboxes in Taree.
Yeah, they probably still have jukeboxes in Taree. I don't know, I'm from Gunnedah, so it's not much better up there, so...
Jukeboxes haven't got to Gunnedah.
No, they haven't, that's true. Hearing next year, next Christmas, they might have a few.
That might be worth a drive for that party. This is Cameron back into the attack.
Yeah, so obviously Moore's decided that we need to get a wicket or two here.
Yeah, just dry the scoring up a bit. Oh, Cameron coming down the wicket. I think he gave Joe Kirk a bit of advice then, or maybe he just looked at him. Maybe he was appreciating his cricket gear. Where'd you get that helmet from, Joe? Kingsgrove Sports, Joe answered. Kingsgrove Sports, of course, one of the sponsors here of Bar TV and for NDCA.
Still a good cricket bat there. I've bought plenty of bats over the years from Kingsgrove.
Never really tried to waste my money with bats. It doesn't seem to change anything to my ability. Oh, nice ball from Cameron. He's a quality cricketer, isn't he?
I wasted plenty of money there, but it certainly didn't help my cricket one bit. But
as long as you look like a cricketer.
Well, yeah, I always looked the part, I thought.
Moore's got a deep third man and a deep backward point, deep fine leg. One back on the fence at square leg and one back at mid-on. Cameron moves in. Oh, I mean, that's about all you can do to him. I'd reckon most of the runs today for Cameron have come to third man. It's
yeah, it was well played, that shot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I wonder who Moore's going to use at the death, because I guess I initially thought that it'd be Cameron bowling the last couple of overs, but possibly now he might be looking at Morton, or for one. I think he's got one left.
Yeah, Morton's got one left. Cameron will have another one after this. He's still got one to come from Gilmore and one from Geary.
Emerton still hasn't bowled either, so...
No, that'll be something to see.
He bowled a few late overs last week.
Oh, well done. Cameron took it well, refrained from pegging the ball back at McKechnie's head. This is a critical point in the game here, and I think it's been a good idea to bring Cameron back in the attack. It's certainly changed the momentum back, just as Uni were getting some go on. Oh, that might be a wide, I think, yes. Picked up by the umpire.
Yeah, you're certainly right there, Pete. That 16 off the last over, and Uni looked like they were sort of getting back into the game, but this has halted their momentum a little bit and put the onus back on Uni to start creating a few more scoring shots. Yeah, couldn't beat the field there at mid-wicket.
Yeah, big Dan Morton.
But plenty of room there too. You had to hit it a metre or two either side, and it was an easy single, possibly two. So
I know the size of Dan, you'd probably go for 3 metres either side to get past him.
Yeah, that is true.
It's good bowling.
He's got those go-go gadget arms on him.
Oh, gee. Oh, good fielding. There's good work down there.
The old
Josh
French
Geary.
cut.
Yeah, I mean, I think, McKechnie will probably tell you he did that deliberately, but I don't think he's that good. He is good, though.
I used to play a few of them in my time, too, and used to say they were deliberate, but really, I just couldn't see the ball.
So that was the end of the 13th over. 2 for 86 is the score. So 7 overs to go. You'd have to think that Uni would be, confident of getting over 140 here. And that'll make it a good competitive score.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Josh Emberton's coming into the attack.
This is what the crowd have paid good money to see. Uni boys reminding him how to bowl. It's great to see the appreciation of an ex-player from the crowd.
Yeah, well, they're big fans of him.
Yeah.
I love his work, but I mean, you got to put in perspective. He did help deliver them their first premiership a couple of years ago for the first time, I think, since 1987 or 88. So he helped build that club into one of the forces of the Newcastle cricket for a few years. I mean, with Edmonton there and Josh Anderson and Josh Bennett and Luke Bird, those sort of players, they were a gun team for a long time.
Oh, it's a nice shot from Kirk. That's gone all the way to the boundary. Lovely shot.
Yeah,
crowd loved that one.
He's timed that beautifully.
Yeah, he'd have plenty of time. He would have faced him in the nets.
Yeah, had a season together last year.
It's a good start to the over for Uni. Oh, just short of the fielder there. Josh Geary.
Yeah, he seems to be bowling off a bit shorter run-up than usual too, Josh. Today he's obviously slowing it down, going for accuracy and trying to take pace off the ball.
Oh, McKechnie's headed up in the air underneath it. Oh, nicely taken out there. That was Sam Gilmore under that.
Yeah, Sam Gilmore.
He's put on the white floppy and I couldn't tell him. He's got that distinctive haircut.
Yeah, well, that hasn't really quietened the Uni boys down much, but certainly Josh, he's come on, he's taken a wicket, a big wicket too.
Yeah, no, McKechnie batted well, I thought. I mean, he'd be disappointed to get out, but he came in at a very difficult time and he kept the scoreboard ticking over from the outset. He's run well between the wickets and, it was a good innings. He would have rather have been there at the end, but he's set Uni up here. They can go on with it.
Yeah, just quite middle of that ball, and he's obviously hit it straight down Gilmore's throat. Quite an easy outfield catch. Of course, I suppose they're never too easy on the fence, but he took it beautifully, and a cricket of his ability should be able to do so.
It's Rob Faraday to the crease.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play this year, but I think he's played a couple of games. But very talented cricketer anyway, so I'm sure that he won't be too rusty.
No. He's been around for a long time, played at a high level. Of course, the Faraday name's synonymous at Uni. In comes Edmonton. Oh, Kirk in behind that. Uni crowd trying to encourage the umpire to see some sort of infringement in the delivery stride. The umpire wasn't forthcoming. Oh, bit of a stuttered start there.
Yeah, must have some good eyesight out there. You can see something you and I can't see.
Oh, that's a nice shot. That's going to go all the way. Beautiful shot from Kirk.
Yeah, it was nearly identical to that first shot he played off Edmonton through sort of that a whitish point region.
It was just very good timing. I mean, as soon as he hit that ball, it was gone. So Merryweather's responded. They've dropped a fielder back there to the deep point, and they've brought up the square leg. Edmonton in again. Kirk just plays him down and mid-off for a single.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to give Joe Kirk too much width because he's obviously a very good driver of the ball.
Yeah, and he's in touch. That's the end of the 14th over. 10 runs off that one and a wicket. 3 for 96. Well, it's been an eventful couple of overs for Edmonton. He put down a catch, a very difficult chance. Came on, got thumped for a couple of fours, but picked up the key wicket of McKechnie.
Of course, pulled off a beautiful run out too, direct hit. So yeah, he's been in the action.
Certainly has. Might be called on to be a bit more of the action later with the bat today. So, who have we got here? This it's like Bush back into the attack, is it? Kirk has played him out to point for a single. What have we got here? We've got a deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, deep mid-on, deep mid-off, and a deep point. So he's got plenty of protection all around the ground. Let's see how Faraday comes out for the first ball he faces. And he's brought the mid-on up into the circle. Mid-off, sorry. Oh, he's shows him a bit of respect. First ball, has a look at it.
Yeah, he's keeping it pretty flat, Bush, just trying to get up in the slot, not much turn.
Oh, he's gone there, but well, Faraday couldn't quite get onto that one. Gave himself a bit of room and just played it down in that vacant point position. Darwin comes around, picks it up. They take an easy single.
You think we'll see some little ramp shots or some shovel shots from Faraday? I mean,
well, let's hope we see some shots. As Kurt kind of plays that off his thigh pad, I think, and a leg by. This is a good over from Trent Bush. It's just amazing that loss of that wicket brings a new batsman to the crease. Oh, he's reverse sweeped it for nothing. Well, looked good, but couldn't beat Darwin, and that's the end of that over. That was 3 off the over. Very good over from Trent Bush. At this stage, to come on and bowl that over, his captain have to be happy with that.
You think Faraday would have been playing a few of them in the mirror before the game?
At the end of the 15th over.
I don't really want to think what Rob does in front of his mirror, but potentially he was.
Yeah, he played it quite well. Didn't get a lot of bat on it, but he kept it low, straight along the carpet.
Unfortunately, there was a fielder there. Okay, Emerton coming in for his second over. Bowling to Kirk. This is the 16th over. Oh, he likes that spot out there, but Bush has been pushed back there. Only the single. That brings up the 100 for Uni in the 16th over. Another 4 after this. They really need to push on if they want to get to that 150 mark. Oh, that's Faraday. It's gone over the top of Morton down at third man. He's coming back for 2. Oh, Dan fell over there, but he gets it back in. You know, he's just looking a bit rusty, isn't he? He hasn't played a lot of cricket this year. Do you think it was a risk bringing him in? I mean, I know he's a quality cricketer, but 2020, you've got to be on the game from the start.
Yeah, well, I mean, talking to Luke Bird on Friday, he was saying, they get a lot of confidence out of having Faraday just there. His experience.
Well, and he's just made me look like a fool there because he's hit that one beautifully for 4. Maybe he just needed a top edge to get his eye in.
Well, I think in the last couple of years, due to work and family commitments, he's only played sparingly. So
fine-looking men, aren't they, out there? Oh, they.
Yeah.
Nice shot down a mid-off for a single. Yeah, I mean, he's been around cricket for a long time, and I guess it's as you say, a guy of his experience must lend some confidence to this side. Emerton in. Oh, Kirk's gone for a bit of a dance and chipped it over the head there.
Beautiful shot.
The fine leg was up and 4 runs. Very good shot. He's really played some wonderful shots today.
A lot of risk in that shot. Obviously, if you miss it, you're going to get clean bowl, but he's just timed that beautifully and just flicked it, helped it's on its way over the top of the short.
Yeah, it was a risky shot, but he got away with it. Oh, nice shot. It's only going to get 1 run for it, but... And that's the end of the Emerton over. Not a bad one for Uni. There was 13 runs came off that, so 3 for 112 after 16. 4 overs to go. There should be some fireworks in these 4 overs. So you'd think Morton is going to bowl 1, Cameron's going to bowl 1. Josh Geary come back and finish.
13 coming off that.
So Bush is going to bowl now?
Well, why wouldn't you after the last over he bowled?
3 for 1. 1 to 100.
Bush comes in. Oh, bold Kirk. I mean, jeez. That's a lovely ball. I'll tell you, if you'd come here today, Josh, and someone said to you that Trent Bush is going to have a big impact with this game with the ball, what would you have said to them?
Well, to be fair to Bushy, I probably wouldn't have expected him to get too many wickets today. But mate, he's proved me wrong. He's bowled very tight, and obviously to get rid of Joe Kirk, who was looking in good touch too. He's a massive wicket for Merryweather and a bit of a dent for Uni because he was looking good to really set him up for a good, bit of a blistering run chase in this last couple of overs. So, yeah, big wicket.
Very big wicket. This Metcalf's come to the crease. Yeah, I mean, I think Bush is just doing the right thing there. He's bowling it full. He's on the stumps. It's flat. If you miss it, you're out. It's good bowling. Good 2020 bowling.
Yeah, he's that sort of cricketer. He doesn't really have the profile of some of his Merryweather teammates, but he seems to chip in with some good runs and wickets every now and then.
He's off the Metcalf off the mark with the first delivery. Faces, pushes a single out.
I think from memory, maybe a year or two ago in a final down here, he came in when Merryweather were a bit of trouble and got a very important 50 runs and helped them to a decent total. So I think it was against Wallsend.
He's been a strong cricketer. I mean, he got a lot of runs when he was at West as well before he came across to Merryweather. So it's the experienced bloke. Oh, that's a wide. Probably wouldn't like to bowl another one of those, but you're not really expecting your slow bowls to go on wides. But Faraday chips that one out to mid-wicket for a single. Left-hander on strike, and square leg comes up into the point, sorry, it is for him, into the circle. Oh, Metcalf didn't quite get onto that, but he'll get a single to mid-wicket.
Yeah, Metcalf's a sort of a new player for Uni. Came down this season from Maitland, I believe, where a lot of university players have come from there through some links the club has. Tim Prescott, of course, came down from Maitland a year before last. So
it's a leg bye. Yeah, Maitland's been a lot of good cricketers come out of Maitland over the years. Oh, he's got him. Well, Metcalf, I don't know what he was thinking he could do by staring at the umpire. He looked pretty plumb from here.
Yeah, he just sort of fired that in, didn't he, yeah. Bush? And he was just he tried to sweep him, and when you miss and you get right in front of the stumps, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, the umpire didn't hesitate. That's the second wicket for Bush. Very good over. Into Metcalf. Strolling out is Aaron Mahoney. You know much about this lad?
No, he's another new player for Uni this season. He's been opening the batting a lot in the two-day game. And after a bit of a slow start, he got a few runs recently. I think a 50 in the last match. And I think they do rate him quite highly up at Uni. He's sort of expected to do some big things. So I haven't actually seen him bat myself, so I'm not sure what sort of player he is. But yeah, it comes with a few raps.
So Uni, after 17 overs, they're 5 for 117. Another great over from Bush. I think they're 4 runs from it and a wicket. That's 7 runs of his last 2 overs. That's great 2020 bowling. So this is Morton. He's coming and he bowled from the Market Town end. Now he's coming on from the netball court end. Bowling to Faraday. Oh, Faraday comes, another top edge. He's liking the top edge today. And he's found the gap. And they'll come back for a second. Certainly been an unconventional innings from Faraday thus far. The reverse sweep, a couple of top edges.
Yeah, he's been watching a bit of IPL, obviously.
Morton moves in. Oh, nice ball. Faraday couldn't get anything on that. And this is just the beauty of Trent Bush. I mean, 2 overs in a row, he's picked up McKechnie, then he's picked up Kirk. It's just changed the momentum of the innings. I mean, with those 2 there, you were looking at a good, strong finish. He's got 2 new bats at the crease. It's been an excellent spell.
Exactly. I mean, T20 cricket, you got a new batsman at the wicket. It's so hard to try and hit boundaries from ball one, no matter who you are.
On Faraday, goes down the ground. Oh, nice pick up from Darwin. He might have missed that catch, but he picked that one up well. That's 2 to Faraday.
Yeah, it was certainly a momentum shift around Bush's 2 wickets because they had that couple of good overs there, Uni, and it looked like they were going to probably maybe get into 150 or 150 plus, but now they probably might fall a bit short unless they pulled something out here.
Here comes Morton. Oh, a short one. There was another unconventional shot. I don't know what you'd call that. It's sort of like a dab to vacant square leg position for a single.
Yeah, it looked like he was setting up to sort of hoik it over backward square leg with a pull shot, but then he sort of just tapped it.
Yes.
Wasn't sure what was going on there.
Maybe, I wonder if Mark Cameron's making some from coaching notes out there, of course, now in his role as the coach of the Newcastle side.
I'm sure all the Merryweather boys have been quite helpful.
Morton comes in. That's good bowling. The new batsman on strike. You know, it's a difficult enough thing to come in at this time of the game in a 2020 format. To come in and face someone bowling like this, I mean, that's just very difficult for the young bloke.
Well, it's one thing surviving, it's another thing actually scoring runs where you're facing him.
Oh, lovely delivery. That's over.
Yeah, he's been sensational today, Dan Morton. Beautiful 4 overs, plenty of bounce, good accuracy, bit of speed at times. The most impressive.
Yeah. So there were 5 off that over. 5 for 122 after 18. They're going to need a big 2 here. It's you know, if they don't get to 140, they'd be very disappointed. Bush is going to keep bowling. Why wouldn't he? Oh, he hasn't put that reverse sweep away, has he? He's bringing it out again. This time he gets a single off it.
Yeah, he's not quite Kevin Peterson, is he?
No. Oh, there you go, the French cut. You're seeing everything here today.
Certainly are.
Bush, Faraday, oh, this one's better. It's found the gap. Oh, lovely shot. Yeah, they couldn't get around to it.
It's gone like a rocket to the outfield. It really sounded like it came off the middle.
It certainly did. I mean, at first I thought the Merryweather fielders were a bit lethargic, but I think they knew from the time it was hit they weren't going to get to it. Much better value than his reverse sweeps, that shot.
Well, I suppose he hasn't played much cricket, so it's probably going to take him a while to start seeing the ball and middling it properly, and maybe it's just taking him a few overs, and potentially maybe Faraday's really going to tee off here and maybe get a nice cameo for Uni.
Let's hope so. Bush in again. Oh, this is going across the ground. It was tough to tell with the legs over the boundary when he stopped that one. I think the Uni boys thought so.
Yeah, I have to say, I think his
well
foot
done.
Was on the rope.
Selop he's called it. He's called it. That's good play from Dave Selop.
Yeah, good to see.
And he wouldn't have had a clue where his feet were. He's taken the Uni boys' word for it and called the call in. Oh, been sent back there. He's looking for 2, but Mahoney not willing to take on Bartlett's arm. There's a few coming off this one for Uni. Push in again. Marnie.
Should be 2 there.
He should get 2 here. Gets him off the mark, I think, and that's the end of Bush's spell. Now, 5 for 135 off 19 overs. I mean, there was 12 off that, and you know, Trent will probably be a bit disappointed. But overall, that was a very good spell, and those 2 overs in the middle there changed the game and certainly put the brakes on the uni run rate.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Captain Simon Morby would be ecstatic with Trent Bush's contribution today. I mean, he's picked up 2 important wickets and he's bowled pretty tight most of the time. So, yeah, great performance by Bush.
5 for 135.
There are 3 words that you don't often hear in a sentence, Simon Moore and ecstatic, but, you know, you could be right.
I think he's ecstatic on the inside.
Yes, he's doing cartwheels on the inside. Righto, the final over. Let's see what he's going to do with this ball, with the field. He's got a deep mid-on. Cameron, of course, coming in to finish the innings off. He's got a 3rd man, fine leg, deep point, and a sort of player out there at square leg, bit forward to square on the boundary. Cameron in. Oh, a bit slower on there. He's sort of on back on it, and it kind of fooled Ben Faraday, but picks up a single.
Well, what a luxury for Merryweather to be able to call upon a former Sheffield Shield bowler to bowl their final over.
Yeah, it's certainly a position that most clubs would love to be in.
But yeah, it's certainly great to see Mark Cameron back in Newcastle cricket.
Oh, lovely ball. Yes, I agree, Josh. I mean, a lot of guys, they play at the peak and may just get out of the game after that part of their career finishes, but he's come back here and he's turning it week in, week out. It's good for the game, good for the local game to see these blokes come back and play.
Well, I think it's been the amount of imports we've had, like from first-class cricket in England and players from Sydney that have come back into the comp this year, just makes the comp more interesting, adds the quality as well.
Oh, lovely delivery. And these 4, jeez.
That's cheeky.
Jeremy Ford might want to work on his lawn bowls game in the off-season because he certainly couldn't hit 3. Maybe he needs to see Emerton for some fielding tips. How's this for final over? I mean, it's 137. Will they get to that 140? Cameron moves in. Oh, Darwin picks up well, gets it back, and he's gone. That was very good fielding from Darwin. That's the end of Mahoney.
It was a good shot by Faraday. He's cracked it, but he's hit straight to Gilmore.
That was Darwin, I
Darwin,
think.
sorry.
Yeah.
Both got the floppy hat on, but yeah, great fielding.
Yeah, I mean, there's acres of space either side of him.
University is 6 for 137.
Strolling out to the wicket is Andrew Casey. What do you know about this bloke, Josh?
Very little, to be honest.
We can make something up.
Yeah.
He looks like he might. Do you think he's a country boy? He looks a bit quick though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a bowler, but hasn't played too much first grade, I don't think.
Faraday. He's got to come back to the second here. Oh, missed field by Morton.
Yeah, they would have got the second anyway, but yeah, still.
Yeah, good pressure on the fielders. It was well run by Faraday. This should be the last ball by my calculations. So Uni, 6 for 139.
I think they need more, but not a bad effort.
Well, you'd think they're going to get 140. They're going to run on anything here unless it's a run out. And we won't get to see Andrew Casey in action. Cameron in. Oh, Bensley, Faraday Bensley, whatever his name is. Drops it down to mid-wicket for the single and the 140. Very good bowling from Cameron. And look, I think overall you'd have to say that Merryweather probably are happier with that result than Uni.
Yeah, I think so. Coming here today, I probably thought they needed 160 at least, Uni, to possibly win this game. I think they're probably 20 runs short, possibly even more. I just thought, Merryweather were very good the way they bowled today. There was a few loose balls, but all in all, very accurate bowling. The fielding placements were well thought out, and the bowlers bowled to the plans. And I thought, obviously, every time Uni seemed to get a little bit of momentum going, they lost a wicket. Obviously, Bush got those 2 wickets of Kirk and McKechnie, which both of those batsmen were looking great, and it's probably stopped them from getting that 160 mark in the end. Just some good bowling from all round by the Merryweather boys.
Yeah, certainly. I think Cameron and both Cameron and the big bloke,
Dan Morton. From
the far end there, from the Market Town end early, they were unplayable, and it sort of put them in a bit of a hole. I mean, they got the wicket of Luke Birdie. That was Sam Gilmore got that, and they just got a bit behind the times. But McKechnie came out and batted well, I thought. Him and then Joe Kirk's played some beautiful shots. But as you pointed out, and Trent Bush took them, that was a key turning point of the innings really, and put the brakes on. I think if they stay there, they're looking at 150 to 160. But in the end, 140. Faraday came out with a nice little cameo at the end with his reverse sweeps, top edges, and some lovely straight hitting at times. But we'll be back in about probably 10 minutes with the Merryweather innings. So if you're out there in Clubland, make sure you go to the bar, put some money, get a Keno ticket perhaps, do something there to support your local clubs and pubs. And our sponsors of RTV and NDCA Kingsgrove Sports and the Commonwealth Bank will be back in 10 minutes with the Merryweather innings. Welcome back. We're here for the Merryweather innings. They've got 141 to win. Just recapping on that uni innings. Joe Kirk top scored with 37. Liam McKechnie got 35. Rob Faraday came on with, I think, 27 not out there at the end. And probably the pick of the bowlers was Trent Bush, who took 2 for 25 and 2 key wickets of Kirk and McKechnie at a key point in the game. So, taking strike there for Merryweather is Simon Moore. He's batting with Bartlett. And of course, taking the new ball here is Tim Prescott. Opened the batting and the bowling. Merryweather, you'd think, would be favoured to get this sort of 140. It's not a big score, but a couple of early wickets here for Uni, and anything can happen. Simon Moore, probably the key wicket, there's no doubt about that. I mean, his innings a couple of weeks ago in the semi-final against Newcastle City has been described by many who saw it as one of the best innings they've ever seen. He seemed to, I think the loss the day before against Ham Wicks fired him up a bit, but he scored 120 and put them all around the park. But let's see how Prescott takes the first over. Of course, Merryweather has started well when they bowled, and it's going to be important for these uni guys to get their line and length right from the start. Prescott into Moore. Oh, straight off mark with a single.
Yeah, I was at that game, Pete, 2 weeks ago when Moore made the 129 off 70 balls, and yeah, it was an outstanding knock. Basically hit the City bowlers to all parts of the ground, and probably pulled out a few shots I hadn't really actually seen Moore play before. You know, a few like he got over right across the stumps and flicked a few off his pads down leg side and over the top. It was great innings.
Oh, Bartlett certainly signalling his intentions there. Simon, you might just want to calm down a bit, the young bloke. There's a fair while to go. 7 and over is the run rate required here. Bit of talk out there from the uni boys. They're going to have to keep that up through the game. They've got a vocal supporting contingent over there on the fence. The ball. Oh, played it straight. Good energy from Uni in the field. This is the point I think I made before. Uni are a good fielding side.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously a lot younger than the Merryweather side, and if you cast your eye over them quickly, they're obviously they're all very fit, all very agile. So they're going to have to be too, because it's going to be a tough total to defend. But you know, they can pull off a few good catches, a few run-outs. You know, who knows?
Prescott in. Oh, off his legs. That's good fielding. Who was that there? That was Will Metcalf down there, just at that sort of 45. He was in quick, and there was no way there was a run there. I don't think Simon Moore even left his crease.
Yeah, this Hamish Bartlett on strike now, he really impressed me 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen much of him play, but looks a very mature cricketer.
Oh, straight through him.
Great delivery.
Nice take too by the keeper there. That moved a bit after it went past him. It's been a good over from Prescott. Oh, that's a good over. That's 1 run from the over. That first delivery to Simon Moore, but you know, Bartlett just couldn't get on. It was like he was going too hard at the ball, I think, the young bloke. Maybe the pressure of the final.
Yeah, well, it always comes into it. I mean, 2 weeks ago he looked really really solid at the crease, but you know the pressure of a final, it does different things to different people, and young players can sometimes struggle with that. And I suppose he's probably one of the only young guys in this Merryweather lineup. So if anyone does struggle with the pressure of a final, it could be Hamish Bartlett, because the rest of the guys on this side have played a lot of finals cricket.
Well, he's still there, that's the main thing, and Simon would have gone down, had some reassuring words. As the mascot makes its way around the park over the back there, the lion doing some laps.
Jeremy Ford's dog, we were told during the break. So.
Is that right? It's an impressive mane.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Prescott open from this end. I thought maybe that Luke Bird would have taken the new ball, or the first over, sorry, and but he's coming on the other at the Marketown end for the second over of the game. And I think he's really going to have to remove someone more early to give Uni a chance, because if he stays in there very long, this game will be over quite quickly.
Yeah, I think if he gets more, you'll hear those supporters at Uni. Oh, nice first up ball. Bit of a nervous call there from Bartlett. There's never a run in it, but Simon sent him straight back.
Bit of in-swing there.
Yeah, certainly moving about. It feels like it got a bit hotter this afternoon, a bit hotter than it was earlier.
Yeah, sort of a light cloud covering, light cloud covering, and we'll get it out there eventually. And yeah, maybe a bit of humidity to get the ball to move around a bit.
Bird in again. Yes. Owen Weldamore, he's come down to have a chat to him, perhaps. Captain's just comparing, gives him a bit of a tap.
Yeah, they don't mind a chat, Uni boys. They're kind of known for it in cricket circles.
Well, you know, it's all that academia surrounding them. It just rubs off.
No, I mean, I'm sure they're only expressing intellectual ideas out there. You know, a bit of postmodernism or something like that.
They're philosophical kind of observations of the game. As Bird moves in. Oh, they've gone up pretty confidently, and Bird's come down to explain to Simon why he thinks he was out. Simon's just looked at him, unimpressed.
Sounded pretty woody to me, so not quite sure what they were appealing over there.
I'm pretty sure it was an optimistic appeal. But look, it shows the enthusiasm, and they have to start like this. They've got to be keen, and from the outset, and there's certainly that. They're buzzing in the field. These important first 6 overs. They've got the field restrictions on. You've got to bowl well and field well. Bird moves in. Got the cry up, the chance up. Oh, that chant, it reminds me of Dennis Lilly bowling at the Wacker with the Fremantle Doctor at his back. The Lilly chant, the Birdie chant.
Well, yeah, pretty similar, aren't they?
Very similar.
Yeah, I just think he needs that mo, that Mitchell Johnson style mo, to really get a bit of intimidation going for Luke Bird.
No, there's a confident appeal, but I'm pretty sure that hit padded on the way through. It didn't sound batty.
Certainly was a bit of a sound, but yeah, certainly I think it sounded like a flick of the pad.
And the appeal wasn't confident. It wasn't as enthusiastic as the LBW appeal earlier in the over, but the umpire not interested.
Yeah, it's been a good first over here by Bird. He's putting a bit of pressure on Morey.
It's good to see both captains out there sparring. That's a wide, that one. It's the second one he's gone down there, and I think, you know, a bit unfortunate for him, but...
No, yeah, I mean, you certainly can't afford to be bowling wides when you're defending 140.
Oh, nice shot from Moore. Just plays it down to third man for a single. Takes the strike back. That's the end of the second over. None for 3.
Well, during the interval, I went and got the scorecard from the university innings for anyone who may have missed the first innings of the match. We'll run you through the card now. Prescott, he was run out for 13. Luke Bird, he made 13 as well, bowled by Sam Gilmore. Liam McKechnie was caught. Gilmore bowled Emerton for 35. Joe Kirk, he was bowled by Bush late in the innings for 37. He top scored with a 6 and 3 boundaries. Rob Faraday, Bensley, he was not out, 27. Metcalf, LBW, Bush for 2. Mahoney was run out for 3. And Casey was not out, 0, without facing a ball for Uni to make a 6 for 140 with 10 sundries. And go through the bowls quickly. Mark Cameron, 4 overs, none for 18. Sam Gilmore, 3 overs, 1 for 31. Josh Geary, 3 overs, none for 19. Dan Morton, 4 overs, none for 19. Bush was 4 overs, 2 for 25. And Emerton, 2 overs, 1 for 23.
Confident appeal, mainly confidence come from the supporters. Sorry, I think I've been misleading the listeners. McKechnie actually was, Emerton got him out, yeah. So the 2 wickets that Bush got there in the middle were Kirk and Metcalf. There was a big wicket that won at Kirk's. But 140, competitive score, and they've got off to a good start. Anything better is to take a wicket. Prescott to Moore. Oh, nicely glided through the vacant gully, sort of down there for 4, through third man.
Yeah,
can't afford to be that wide.
Yeah, he used the pace, didn't he? And yeah, you can't give him any room. And Simon Moore just leant back on that and just guided it through to a vacant third man.
Let's see him get back his line and length. He's been bowling well, Prescott. That was a good first over. There's a bit of an unorthodox shot there from Moore.
Yeah, it seemed like he was a little bit fuller, and maybe if he lost a little bit, he didn't. Yeah, it was.
Seemed to fall over it, didn't he? So he's got an interesting field here. He's, of course, no fine leg third man. He's got the deep, wide mid on and a deep mid off. And then the mid off comes into the game as Moore pushes it down to Robbie Carter there. And Robbie Carter, of course, didn't bat. So that's his first foray into the hostilities.
Yeah, he's a very handy bowler, Robbie Carter, so I'm sure he'll get a bowl maybe first or second change. Certainly a wicket taker too, so change the field a bit here, Luke Bird, moving Robbie Carter to an extra cover on the fence.
Good. Prescott to Bartlett. Oh, didn't really get a hold of it, but he's put it down here. Fielded by James Maloney. Single to Bartlett. He's off the mark. No, 2 to Bartlett. Sorry, he's off the mark.
The breeze is starting to pick up here a bit.
Yeah. Oh, a bit fuller and he's through him.
Yeah,
Didn't have much idea about that.
Yeah, it was a similar ball that's really troubled Moore earlier in the over too. That fuller one that he sort of jams in at the pad. So keeps looking like the batsman keeps sort of losing it. I'm not sure if they're losing in the sight board or.
I think he's just bowling well. I mean, it's Bartlett's just he's eager to eager to get the bat on ball and get away a few runs, and he's just not timing it quite there yet. But he's still there. Bird coming in for his second over to Moore. It was a very interesting first over. The two captains at each other. Bird. Oh. Cramping more up there for room.
Yeah, he's looking sharp today, Bird. He's that one seemed to beat Morey for pace. But he likes the #1 sports ground and these big time matches. I think Bird, he seems to rise for the big occasion.
Oh, Moore thought he'd come down to him, but he's just wasn't the right ball to do that. Bird, good delivery. So I think he might have saw him come and he bowled on a good length.
Yeah, I think today we're seeing no batsman's come in and really just played shots from ball one. And it seems to be a pitch where it takes a few balls or maybe an over or two to really sort of get used to the pace. And seems like Bartlett and Moore are doing that right now. Ooh.
Well, that was a very fierce delivery.
Yeah, it looks like it's
away for 4.
Yeah, the old periscope shot.
So he's called that off the bat, has he?
Yeah, I believe so. He's ducked and then it's hit the top of the bat and flown off, but lucky not to hit him in the head. But yeah,
it was a vicious delivery, but well, in the scorebook it'll be a 4. But geez, this is very good spell from Luke Bird. Confident appeal, but the umpires are saying it's going down leg side.
Yeah, big shout, but I think these uni boys, they know how important this wicket is, and Luke Bird obviously does too, and he's just putting everything in this spell. There's some great heat on the ball, and he's bowling with some superb rhythm.
Yeah, he's a very good spell. This is what it's about. Oh, Moore leans back and plays it away for a single. I thought he was going to get onto it a bit more then, but nicely fielded by Tim Prescott there at square leg. Well, I think Luke Bird might have been welcoming young Bartlett to the crease. Just a couple of words of encouragement.
At the end of the 4th over,
Bit of put your head down, son. Keep your elbow nice and high.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
That's right. This has been a good over.
I'd love a wicket though, I think.
Well, this is the first ball that Bartlett's faced of Bird, so it's going to be interesting to see what the young fella does. Oh, good pace. Nicely taken by Casey again. You can see how much that ball is actually coming in, you know, where the keeper's taken. There's a bit of movement. And that must be playing in the umpires' minds on those LB calls too. And all swinging into the batsman. That's none for 15 off 4.
Well, I think that big shout on Moore, I think it probably pitched outside leg was probably the only thing that was probably saving Moore. Maybe a touch high as well, I guess. But yeah, it was a confident shout, but I'm not sure if that was more so the wicket and who it was and the actual delivery itself, because it didn't look out to me. But yeah, bowling some good pace and a bit of movement, and it's obviously came with a bit of a plan, and to sort of bowl a tad shorter to Moore and really try and get him under the rib cage with a nice bouncer too. That he used the old periscope shot over the top of the keeper for 4.
Yeah, it's Prescott in 3rd over to Moore. Goes straight back down the pitch. Good energy out there. You know, they're clapping everything that's happening. It's certainly it's a good bars and uni. I like the way that they've taken to their task here. More set. Prescott comes in. Oh, that's a great catch.
That's a huge wicket.
Yeah. He just sort of fell over on that one and popped it up. I can't quite see who's taken that catch.
Yeah, taken low to the ground at mid-wicket. It wasn't an easy catch, but Yeah, he moved beautifully and he took it cleanly, and that's Simon Moore for cheaply.
Yeah. It was a nice catch.
Been great bowling too by Prescott and Bird. I mean, I think especially Bird really sort of rattled Moore a bit last over. And
is this Michael Radnage, who didn't bat it either? I think he's the guy that's taken the catch. Big wicket. Darwin comes to the wicket. Well, Darwin would hope that his batting's a little bit better than his catching today after dropping that what seemed like a catch that he would have normally swallowed. But everyone knows he can bat, so I mean, you know, the depth of Merryweather. But a good start from Uni.
Well, it's tough assignment. You get out with Simon Moore, then in comes Pat Darwin. But if they can get Pat Darwin out for cheap, I think Uni will really start to fancy their chances because.
Yeah, Simon Moore just. I mean, he was looking as comfortable as he could, given the type of bowling he was facing, but he just sort of flicked that one overbalanced, maybe in the air for a bit longer than he would have liked, and it was a nice catch. Anyway, Prescott to Darwin. Oh, Prescott's down. Bit of confusion. Everybody's down. Oh, it's crazy stuff out there. Bartlett diving, Prescott on the ground, ball not being picked up. The pressure of the game's telling.
Another good ball though. That seemed to like come back into him late too.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? He ended up in a bit of an awkward position. It's been a good spell from Prescott. Bit of movement in the field now with Bartlett on strike. You've got a deep mid off and a deep extra cover. Prescott's in. A bit nervous there. Yes and no's. Calling's not quite as crisp and confident as it needs to be, but
well, they're making a bit of an intimidating atmosphere out there, Uni. They're all up in the field, all talking plenty, and all the boys on the sideline yelling out plenty of advice too. So, it's good work by the Uni boys. They're obviously pumped and they're up for this and proving it.
Yeah, their energy's great. I mean, they've started well. Oh, through him. Nice take again by Casey. He's taken it.
Yeah, just lifted the head there.
He just hasn't looked settled, has he?
No.
Plenty of talk out there from Uni. Prescott's in. There's some runs there for Bartlett. Should pick up one. They're not going to come back for the second.
But no, he certainly didn't mill that either. That was a bit of an inside edge there too. So just not looking comfortable at all.
Yeah, no, I think that's 5 overs gone. They're 1 for 17. I think perhaps it's just time at the crease. Just need to relax a bit. He's still there. He's just keen to get after the bowling, and I don't think the balls are there to be hit. But
yeah, it's been a very impressive first 5 overs from University. Bowled with plenty of control. Hasn't been much loose deliveries to hit to the fence at all. It's all been very tight and a bit of seam too.
Change of bowling. This is Michael Radnage, the guy we think, to the best of our ability and knowledge, took the catch that removed Simon Moore. He's coming on from the Market Town end, and that weather, it's just come cooler again. Bit of breeze has picked up.
Yeah, he hasn't played much cricket this year, Michael Radnage, due to a bit of a back injury, but he came back yesterday and very, very handy bowler for Uni.
it's a big game to come back in. What's his field here? He's got a deep mid off and a third man as Radnich moves into Bartlett. Oh. That was on the spot. I mean, obviously, you know, it's always good to have a look at a bowler before you go after him, but can't be sitting here blocking all day. Let's see what Bartlett does.
Got to be looking for the singles, I think. They haven't really rotated the strike too much.
That's nice. It gets it down there to third man for a single. Brings Darwin on strike. There's that's fine specimens of masculinity down there.
Beautiful Hawaiian shirt. Look at that.
See, a bunch of academics down there cheering on the uni side. Here comes Radnich. Oh, that was a good delivery.
Yeah, a bit of kick there. They're certainly up for this uni. I mean, they've probably had a bit of a slow start to the season until yesterday, where they recorded an outright victory over Waratah Mayfield. But they're certainly up for this game. I suppose that sort of Merryweather obviously bring that in all sides. Everyone seems to rise to play Merryweather, but and uni, they're always good at this shorter format cricket, and very pumped today. It's good to see.
Oh, Darwin, lovely shot. He's just picked that up, put it over the top of cover for 4. Well, you're just thinking Uni's on top, but then you see that and you realise that this guy, if he stays in, he'll take the game away from him. But early days, we need to see a bit more of that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with T20 cricket, isn't it? It's just it can turn so quickly. I mean, a good over from a bowler, suddenly the bowling side's on top, a couple of good shots, and the batsmen are back on top. Just got to get Darwin out soon, I think, as if.
There's the breeze picking up.
Yeah. Grant Stanley falling down.
Kenny Clifford Pavilion. That was a single to Darwin, puts Bartlett back on strike. Bit of a movement in the field here. Bringing in a square leg. So he's got back the point and third man. Radnich is in. Oh, put down. He tried to get that away fine, and he probably got it a lot finer than he would have liked. And the wicket, just spilt it. Unlucky for Casey, but that's a good over from Radnich. There was that one shot from Darwin, which shows his class, but generally speaking, Radnich bowled quite well. It was 7 off the over.
It's always tough as a wicketkeeper when you're moving one way and then due to the shot it forces you to move back the other. But you got one hand to the ball, but didn't stick in the webbing there, and yeah, it could be costly. But good bowling by Radnich. Good first over.
Yeah, 1 for 24 off 6. It's a tough job, keeper, isn't it? It takes a special kind of person to want to put those gloves and pads on and squat and stand and squat and stand. And usually everything you do is critical.
Yeah, well, no one really ever notices good keeping, do they? It's always if you make mistakes, it's the only time you really get noticed. So, yeah, tough job.
Prescott's going to bowl his 4 out here. He's putting back the third man. And got an deep extra cover. Of course, now we're in the 7th over. The restrictions are gone. We've got a deep mid-off. We've got a deep square leg. And deep mid on. Prescott in to Bartlett. That was a difficult chance. I don't know if he actually got to it, but Wasn't a convincing shot from Bartlett, but anyway, he's off the strike now. Darwin's back on.
Certainly busy making changes here, Luke Bird.
Yeah, both captains have been on top of their fields all day. It's been good. Mufasa.
Some sort of Lion King reference, or?
Well, I hear the that's a wide. Yeah, it was a late call. I mean, it was an obvious wide, and you know, Tim's gone up to maybe express some issues with the call. I don't think he actually should have a problem with the call. I mean, it looked pretty wide to me, but for some reason, maybe the umpire forgot what form of game he was playing. But anyway, it's the umpire's prerogative. Yeah, look, the Mufasa call was obviously, it followed a Simba call, so I think there's a bit of a lion theme down there now. Now, perhaps they're paying homage to that great that movie that featured a number of Elton John numbers.
I believe it did, yeah. I can feel the love tonight from memory.
Yes, maybe the uni boys will break into that a bit later on. There's a single to Darwin.
I just hope for someone's sake there's going to be no Pumbaa calls later on.
Yes. Bartlett plays down to third man for a single.
But I think we're pretty safe. There's no sort of Mark Cosgrove-like plays for either side today.
No. Are you referring to his batting style or his physique?
Oh, his batting, of course.
Yeah. Prescott's in. Oh, Darwin, nice shot. Finds the gap. He might look for two here. No, they're just happy with a single. That's good fielding, though, see. Uni guy was in very quickly from the boundary to cut the chance of the two.
Yeah, 1 for 29, Merryweather in the 7th over. I'm not sure. I think they would have liked to be a little bit further ahead than this, but it's been a good bowling performance by Uni and fielding.
Yeah, it certainly has. Prescott. Oh, geez, he nearly took that. That would have been an amazing catch.
Would have been an absolute screamer.
And a single to Bartlett.
But yeah, Bartlett's still struggling in the middle of the ball. I don't think he's middled one yet.
Yeah, he's struggling. That dive from Prescott, I mean, you know, that reminded me of some piece of Swan Lake. You know, it was the beauty of it, the way he flew through the air. Just missed that catch.
Yeah, certainly graceful.
Was graceful. Oh, good bowling from Prescott. It's a great finish to the over, and that's Merryweather 1 for 30 after 7. So
Yeah, I can't say I've seen a lot of Tim Prescott bowling before, but I've been most impressed today. He's very accurate, doing a little bit with the ball, and yeah, it's been great start for Uni. Luke Bird obviously came on quick with a lot of pace and sort of ruffled up Simon Moore a bit, and then Radnich and Prescott have supported him from the other ends. It's been a great team bowling performance.
yeah, it has. I mean, the danger for Merryweather now, you look at the run, they need 111 off 13. A couple more overs, tight overs, the run rate starts to get 10. That's 10 and over is very difficult this far out.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the advantage, isn't it, of batting first. If you can get some runs on the board, the pressure's always on the other side to chase, and he takes a couple of a maiden or an over with only 2 or 3 runs off it, and suddenly the pressure really does mount on the batting side.
Radnich in. Good delivery. Bartlett was a long way from that.
Yeah, he's really not enjoying being out there today, Bartlett. He's just hasn't looked good from the first ball. He's played and missed a lot. The shots he has played, he hasn't timed it properly, and yeah, this bowling very good to him.
Yeah, it is good bowling. Radnich in. Oh, just lifted his head there a bit, the young bloke. Bit of pressure. It's good to see the uni supporters down there trying to give Bartlett a few tips. Yeah. Good insight shown from the crowd. Perhaps Bartlett could use some of that advice.
Yeah, there's a few guys over there I think have done a bit of coaching courses. Obviously got their licences.
Oh, he got onto that one. That's nice. Just runs a single down the third man. He's coming back looking for the second. Oh, this could be good running from Bartlett. That was well done.
Well, he needs to do that. I mean, he just needs to get on bat on ball and rotate the strike and get, because Darwin really isn't facing enough balls at this stage. I mean, Bartlett really has had a lot of the strike, and he's really struggling to get the ball away.
Radnage in. Oh, Bartlett there, beautiful stuff. Like, you know, that's the thing. I mean, he's not playing well, but he's hanging in there, and I think that shot just shows that he's, you know, obviously he lifted his head, went for a big shot earlier in the over. He's composed himself, and that was quite a good shot. Just used the pace of the ball over the keeper's head for 4.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good sign of a mature cricketer. He knows he's not playing well, but he's working out new ways to score runs, and yeah, that was great. He was just leant back and helped it over the top of slips.
Oh, that was a very good delivery from Radnage.
He squared him up beautifully with that ball.
He did. Another crowd appeal. There's been 1 or 2 of them every over so far. Merryweather fans pretty silent over there in front of the shed. They're the more connoisseurs of cricket. It's like their members stand over there and the hill over here. Oh, down leg side. Yeah, look, I think that's true. There's a wide. Again, I think that's one of those appeals where they just want the umpire to forget about how wide it is and think that he might have nicked it to get away with a wide call.
Yeah, they get a bit quiet when they're a little bit away from the salty air, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They don't like to venture too far west.
No, crossing Glebe Road's a chore for them. In comes Radnage. Oh, Bartlett hasn't quite got hold of it, but he's gone over the top, and it's going to pick up 2. That's the end of the over. There was 9 runs off that over. That's not too bad. That's sort of what they need to be getting. And I mean, you know, the thing about that is that Bartlett never, aside from the ball he put over for 4, he kind of looked a bit in trouble, but he's still hanging in there and he's playing tough. And you know, that's the thing you got to do, even if you're not in form. So it's good play from the young fella. Merryweather now sitting 1 for 39 after 8.
Yeah, it's quite evenly placed, this game. I mean, I think Uni be quite happy where they are, but Merryweather still have plenty of batting to come. So I mean, they'd still fancy their chances to get this total. So yeah, very evenly poised game, and it should be in for a good finish.
And look, that's what we want. We want one for the neutral, really. Let's get down to the last ball. The new bowler in the attack is James Maloney, coming in for Prescott, who bowled his 4. Maloney coming in from the netball court's end, bowling to Darwin. Oh, geez, that certainly wasn't the shot of the cultured batsman that we know he can be. That looked more like me in the backyard after 3 cans on a Christmas day. Oh, Darwin Maloney's
Big wicket.
A very big wicket. That's a terrible shot. Darwin will know that too. He just never, he just didn't look at himself there, did he?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Does that come from pressure? I mean, the Uni boys have bowled well for a while, and there's plenty of talk going out there. Does that maybe unsettle him? Because he just never looked himself, and I mean, that was a very poor shot, type of shot you don't expect to see Pat Darwin play at all. But yeah, University would be ecstatic with that wicket, because that's Moore and Darwin back in the shed for not much at all.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, that's big for them. Dave Sellop coming out, a lot of experience here, of course. But Maloney, what a great start to his spell. The first ball he threw Darwin. The second ball he gets his wicket caught and bowled. Good stuff. How much about this young bloke?
Mahoney, no, I think he's one of the new guys from up Maitland way. So from memory, I think he was playing for Northern Suburbs in Maitland. I know the Islands, Matt Island, is from up that way, and he used to play for uni and might still play lower grades. And so I'm not sure if he's a mate of his, but I know they've got a few players from up that way over the years, uni. So, but yeah, I think he's more of a batsman generally, but obviously, handy bowler and not awfully sharp, but he's bowled accurately so far, and obviously picked up a big wicket with Pat Darwin.
Well, Sellop off the mark straight away with a 2 down to third man. He's come back. That's exactly what he needs to do. You can't really spend much time getting his iron. He's an experienced bloke. He'll know what to do. It's just to see if Maloney's up to the task of containing him.
Yeah, of course, Dave Sellop played a bit of first grade cricket in Sydney and captained Wallsend for, I think, nearly a decade there until season before last, when he made a bit of an acrimonious split with the club and joined Merryweather. But yeah, be hoping for a few runs today and possibly a bit of hero for the Lions.
He didn't quite get onto that one. It was there to be hit, that one. It was wide. It was there. He'd be a bit dirty on himself. Oh, Sellop just plays it down for a single. Need to do that stuff. Oh, tell you what, Luke Bird came in there. He did have to be quick to get there. If he'd hit, would have been interesting.
Yeah, good fielding, good intensity in the field. I mean, they've shown that from ball one today, Uni.
Yeah, like I think we discussed before the game started, the advantage that we felt Uni had in the field, and they're certainly using that advantage. I mean, they're just playing with good energy. Comes Maloney. Oh, the ball just in front of Tim Prescott there. And Bartlett gets a single. Good over from Uni. Good first over from Maloney. There was 4 runs from it. And a wicket, 2 for 43 after 9. Well, Merryweather, they're going to have to accelerate. I mean, that's stating the obvious, but they would have liked to have been on a few more on the board at this stage.
Yeah, we just got Troy Goodwin walking past here, past the commentary booth. I mean, I think Merry would have loved to have him out there today.
He's got nice blue shoes on, hasn't he?
Very stylish man. Good.
Oh, I've heard that. Beautiful setting, this ground, isn't it? Nothing like the old days of getting the car in the ground, the big trees around it. You just this is what cricket's about.
Yeah, it's very much an old school ground, which I love too. Has a lot of character, and it'd be great to see a bit more first class cricket here too. I think love to see the Blues up here.
Yeah, it certainly would. I mean,
certainly talk that might be happening next year, so it's going to be great for Newcastle cricket if it does.
Oh, that's a single by Bartlett down to third man. He's certainly getting a workout today, third man. This is a change of bowler, by the way. This is Robbie Carter into the attack. Carter's first delivery going for a single. What do you know about this bloke?
Yeah, Robbie Carter hasn't played a lot of cricket this year because of I think work commitments, but he played a lot of cricket last year and was a very handy bowler for Uni. Sort of played as a bit of a first change bowler behind Bird and Bennett. And yeah, he got a lot of wickets, and he's certainly a good bowler. I think. I mean, he's not awfully sharp, but very accurate, and can certainly do a job for the boys.
It's a nice shot from Sellop, and that's very good running between the wickets. It's experience for you. It's 2 there.
Yeah, well, Dave Self would be talking to Hamish Bartlett a lot out there and calming him down. He's played a lot of finals before, Dave Sellop, where I think Bartlett, this might be his first in first grade anyway, so he'll be calming him down and just help him talk him through this innings, and I'm sure he'll do the job.
Oh, that's in the air, that's a chance, it's going back. Oh, just fell between the fielders. Oh, Timmy Prescott there, he just couldn't get back to it. I think...
good placement they call that, don't they?
Yeah, Dave will probably... Selp will probably claim that was the case, but I tend to think it was more luck than anything. Bad luck for Robbie Carter. He's bowling straight, isn't he? He's certainly got his line going. Oh, Hamish, he's just gone too hard at that ball, hasn't he?
Uni boys are obviously fans of the British rock band The Who as well.
Yeah.
A few chants out there on the hill.
They're a very cultured mob, really. I mean, they're bringing a lot to, a bit of 60s rock, as I mentioned earlier, a bit of The Who, bit of pop culture references with the Lion King, and, it just adds to the game when you have this sort of cultured crowd. Oh, Bartlett, he's got to keep his head down. He's just lifting there. I mean, those balls were there to hit. They weren't particularly good deliveries, particularly that one. He's got away with that, Robbie Carter.
Yeah, we're into the 10th over now, halfway mark, and Bartlett's, he's faced a lot of balls and hasn't scored many runs and hasn't really looked to be scoring many runs at any stage. So I'm not sure if it's better for Merryweather if he actually got out at this point and maybe got someone else in, because his timing just doesn't seem to be there today.
Oh.
Let's out a bit of a yell there. He's obviously frustrated.
Yeah, he's a bit frustrated. I mean, in a...
10 overs, Merryweather, 2 for 47.
He's just got to calm down. Selop needs to get in his ear and just talk, look, you're still here, mate. There's a bit of cricket left in this. Getting angry and frustrated isn't helping you. He's obviously got the talent. But saying that, you don't want to take anything away from the bowling because it's been very good. It's Maloney.
Well, that's it. I mean, they're giving them no easy runs. There's been no loose, wide balls or full tosses or long hops. Merryweather have had to work for everything today, and it's been superb bowling from Uni.
Maloney to Selop. It's out to mid-wicket there.
Yeah, good bat on there from Selop, but straight to the fielder.
Yeah. Who is that fielding out there in front of the crowd? Can't quite see. I think is it McKechnie?
Yeah, off this that one.
Oh, well, he's got away with that. That was an interesting shot, but he's found the gap and he's coming back for the second. This can be a close one. He's home. Well run. Good running from Bartlett.
Yeah, it was a bit slow. Probably if that got to him on the full for Casey, he might have got the bails off quicker, but he had to wait for the bounce, and it probably gave Bartlett enough time to dive in and make his ground. Yeah,
that's right. A good throw would have seen him gone there, but anyway, he's got to take those risks now. Oh, good ball from Maloney, the slower one, in the slot.
Yeah, it was. He just sort of ran his fingers down the back of it then, and yeah, it sort of dropped on Bartlett. And
Uni crowd sort of nominating someone for man of the match. Oh, that was good bowling.
Yeah, the pressure is really starting to mount here. You can tell that he's frustrated with every shot, Bartlett, and Uni boys are letting him know. I mean, it's been good bowling.
He's just got to get the bat on it. Oh, off the inside edge. It wasn't very convincing, but he picks up a run.
No, well, that's the problem. Yeah, it wasn't convincing, but I suppose on the bright side, he's up the other end and off strike, and that is a single because I think the way he's batting, I think Merryweather really needs Selp to face the majority of balls at the moment. Because I'm not sure, but yeah, Paul Bartley looks a bit rattled by the uni boys.
Selp's put it out. Deep mid wicket there for a single. That's the end of the over. 5 off. 2 for 52 after 11. Well, Uni have just fielded and bowled really well. I mean, we're looking here at 89 runs, I think, by my calculations they need in 9 overs. So you're just about at that 10 and over mark for 9 overs. This is going to be a difficult task, and particularly you just can't see these two, the way they're playing at the moment, being able to do that.
Yeah, saw Merryweather coach Brad Bannister just out there giving a bit of a drink to Bartlett and having a few words with him, probably telling him to calm down and relax a bit because he's obviously getting a bit stressed. But
it's great to see the coach out there, isn't it? You wouldn't see Buff doing that, would you? I mean, Brad Bannister, he's willing to get his hands dirty and get out and run a message out. There's Selp down the ground, and Bartlett's coming back. Well run. Very good running from Bartlett then.
Yeah, 2 more runs there to Selp, and
Robbie Carter moves in. Oh, nice shot by Selp. That's going to go all the way. That's a beautiful shot.
that's probably the shot of the innings so far for Merryweather. He rocked back that and just cut it beautifully through sort of a backward point and right along the carpet too. Was more of a just a good cricket shot, not so much a T20 slog.
No, that's right. It was a very good shot. I mean, the ball was maybe a bit short, but he still had to do the job and found the gap nicely. There they are. The supporting crowd is. This delivery comes. Oh, now that actually did look deliberate, but I don't think it was either. Oh, bit of rough fielding there. Yeah, Michael Radnage.
It's about the third French Cup we're seeing today.
Yeah, it's maybe it's coming back in style. 2 to Selp. This has been an all right over so far, and 8 coming off it. He's targeting, and well, that's a very strange looking shot. He walks away to the offside to try and flick it over the head and goes to third man. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but anyway, it's a run. 9 off the over. I don't know what you call that. What would you call that shot? He was trying to do one of those
reverse paddle
paddle thing, but
yeah, he just nearly hit himself in the head.
Yeah, it would have been embarrassing. Oh, nice shot from Bartlett. Probably didn't get onto it, but at least he's showing the intent. You know, it's good to see him getting in the middle. That's a single. That's 10 off. So they've got the required runs this over. So whatever they get off this ball's a bit of a bonus. Robbie Carter a bit loose maybe this over, but it's a difficult time to bowl.
Well, he's upperly hit that, but
yeah,
we're safe.
Bit of a leading edge there from Selp. And a single. So that's 11 off the over. That's better for Merryweather. It's 2 for 63 after 12.
12 overs bowled. Merryweather are 2 for 63.
So that's 78 runs needed off 8 overs. Just got to keep scoring at that 10 and over. Big Bird there, keeping the energy up, talking to his players.
Just giving a little bit of advice on the way through to the batsman, obviously just helping him out with a few shots.
It's very kind of him, really. James Maloney, bowling to Selp. Well, that's got to be a wide.
Yeah, he went for that slower ball again, but obviously came out of the hand not quite as good as the last over, and yeah, just drifted down leg side. Don't want to be giving away any free runs at this point.
No, not the best way to start your over, but let's get back to the mark, James, and get on the money again. You've been bowling well. Oh, Selup's gone down the ground. There's plenty of fielders down there. He'll get a single. Puts Bartlett back on strike. Got a deep mid on, a deep mid off. A deep square leg, or play just in front of square. Third man. Cover, deep cover. There's plenty of gaps there for Bartlett if he can find them. Oh, he's put his weight behind that. Straight, flew out to cover. Just for a single. He got onto it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably the best shot he's hit today. I mean, as far as actually getting bat on ball. So, maybe he's finally starting to time him, but unfortunately for him, it went straight to the fielder.
Oh, that's another wide. That's a ball he'll want to forget.
No, yeah, it was quite ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly need to be bowling better than that at first grade level.
I'm not too sure what he's trying to do, whether he's trying to go for the Yorker and just got his length wrong, or whether it's just a terrible delivery. Online. Launched off. Looking for the second. Coming back. Oh, no. Bit of a misfield down there, and that really hasn't been their go today. They've been sharp in the field generally.
No, there's been a couple that have crept in the last over or two, a few little misfields, so a bit of pressure on the fielding side as well, I suppose.
Oh yeah, look, as this comes down to the money goes, it's everyone starts to feel the pressure. It's the beauty about cricket. When you're in the game, you're under the spotlight. Well, Selup's done this again, but he couldn't get it to third man this time. I'm not too sure. Dave, do you think this is something that Mark Cameron's coaching's brought to the team, or do you think this is purely Bannister, or do you think Selup's on a frolic of his own with that kind of cricket?
Well, I can't say I've ever seen Mark Cameron play a shot like that, but and I didn't see much of Bannister bat, to be honest. But yeah, maybe it's a bit of a Dave Selup, bit of his own innovation. He's tried in the backyard at home, and I don't know. Watched a bit of too much IPL, and I think some of these boys get some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if that kind of shot comes off, it looks good, but it's a low percentage shot. But anyway, next time he might hit it for 6 and we might look stupid up here. Maloney in again. This time to Bartlett. Oh, just the bounce there. I mean, just a cross-bat slog and through. The crowd are starting to get into Bartlett a bit.
And just getting back to that, the shovel shot, I mean, it's obviously a very difficult shot to play because, I mean, all your weight is going one way and you try and hit the ball the other direction, which is kind of against what you're taught to do in most other cricket shots. So I'm not sure how much they train that in the nets down at Townsend.
Well, I think if Simon was anything to do with it, I don't think they'd train it very often. There's 7 overs to go, so after 13 overs, Merryweather are 2 for 70. They need 71 runs off the final 7, so just creeping up a bit off over that 10 and over. Robbie Carter to Selup, and he squeezes a single out. Uni boys have got to be on their toes here. That's Tim Prescott fielding that ball.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of nerves, you reckon, there in that Merryweather camp right about now. I mean, they pride themselves on winning trophies, and obviously they can't win the SCG Country Cup again. And there could be another cup slipping through their fingers today.
Yeah, they've got some hitting to come. I mean, a bloke like Gilmore can, turn the game on its head pretty quickly. So they've still got plenty of batters to come, and that's a single. Single to Bartlett. So it's. There's There's a man about town down there, Mr. Goffett.
The member for Merryweather, as they call him.
The member for Merryweather. It would have been your game, I thought, Neil, 2020 cricket. And that's a good catch. He made a lot of ground to take that then, McKechnie. Is that McKechnie? I think it is.
Yeah, that's Dave Selp gone.
That's a big wicket. But it may, I think they'd probably be sending out someone that can hit the ball, maybe a Bush or a Gilmore at this stage. Who's that? Robbie Carter deserved a wicket too. I think he's been nice and honest from there. And I think this is Trent Bush, is it? No? Who is it? No, it's Gilmore. Sam Gilmore.
Yeah, well, I think he's the man to come in now. I think they obviously need some quick runs. They need to lift his scoring rate, and Sam Gilmore should certainly do that. Yeah, it's been great performance by University. I mean, to be honest, they probably don't want to get Bartlett out the way they've got him tied up at the moment, but they keep getting the wickets to the other end. It's just going to make it harder and harder for Merryweather to reel in this total.
Yeah, it just shows you the difficulty of batting second. No matter how, I mean, we would have thought that wasn't enough, 140, but you know, that just a good first few overs, good bowling. Took the momentum away from Merryweather. Here comes Carter in. Of course, the batsman crossed over, so Bartlett. Oh, if he hits there, I don't know. That would have been awful for Merryweather if Gilmore was run out without facing the ball, but brings him on strike. Now, he's certainly, on his day, this guy is one of the best hitters in the competition, so let's hope he puts on a display for us.
Yeah, certainly. University are going to have to get him early, because if he stays in for a few overs, well, there's going to be fireworks.
Good bowling from Robbie Carter.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot more bounce from out of the wicket at this end. We've seen, Morton and Cameron both extract a bit of bounce from this end, but it's been, I know obviously the slower bowlers have bowled from the netball court end, but yeah, it seems good bounce from this end, and it's been hard to score runs.
Carter to Gilmore. Oh, this is going to be a big wicket. Just didn't carry. Jeez, makes you wonder if that wicket's doing something. You know, that was a strange shot from Gilmore, but
yeah, he just seemed to close the face on it early and big leading edge.
So that was a big over for University. 4 runs off it and a wicket.
And at the end of the 14th over, Merryweather are 3 for 74.
So they need 67 runs off 6 overs.
It's a big ask, but not impossible.
If they do get it, it'll be fantastic to watch. Here, James Maloney. Gilmore works that around the corner for a single.
Well, Bartlett's certainly got to go here. I mean, he's taken up a lot of strike. He's used a lot of balls. He's now got to start hitting some boundaries.
Oh, that's over the top. It's not going to go, I don't think. I think he'll get a couple. Oh, nice fielding out there. Probably should have got 3 then. It wasn't... anyway, they picked up 2. Oh, just a single there. Single to Bartlett.
He's certainly making better contact with the ball now than he was earlier, but he's still struggling to find the gap.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that goes down to the uni bowling. These guys, they're bowling on the spot. Maloney, this is a bit better over than the last one he bowled, but that's a big hit. See, there you go. Gilmore comes out and does that. Bit short, whips it over off his legs for 6.
Yeah, you can't be bowling shortstop to Sam Gilmore, especially that's a shorter boundary there over the eastern side of the ground. So he's dispatched that beautifully.
See what Maloney comes back with. Oh, that's got to be a wide. And he's bowled a couple of them in the last couple of overs. And that's what often happens when a batsman, you know, whips you for 6. You're trying to think where you can put it, and he can't hit you. And well, he did put it somewhere he couldn't hit him, but unfortunately, it's a wide, and he's got to bowl that delivery again.
That's better. That's a dot ball there for Mahoney.
They're pulling out some Australian hip-hop now. Oh, there you go.
Probably hit a card, no.
Well, he's certainly livening up, playing to the crowd there. That's another 6.
Well caught that too by the gentleman in the aqua shorts. Probably rescued someone's car too, because it looked like it was going to hit the bonnet.
Well, that was 2 lovely shots, and that's what Merryweather need. I mean, there was 17 runs off that over. 3 for 91 now off 15. So we're 50 off 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a class player. Sam Gilmore, the Mules, they call him. He's certainly very strong. He can, an ability to hit 6s at will like that is just he's a massive X factor for the Merryweather side.
Mitch Clayton caught it. City still get in the game even though they're not even participating. And they're Bartlett, well, he's got through the gap there. He'll come back for the second. You've got to give it to him, you know. He has struggled this innings. They've bowled well, but he's still there. He's hanging in there. Stay on strong. It's a bit unkind. Oh, slower ball, but he waited on it, picked it, and stabbed it out. There's going to pick up a second here. Well done. Gilmore comes back well.
I'm sure the Uni supporters only want to keep him on strike because they're enjoying his batting so much, appreciating his stroke work.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the case. They're such a magnanimous bunch. Yeah, that was a nice shot, actually, picking that slow ball. Oh, he went hard at that. See, I think he seems like a much better bat when he actually plays his strokes. Whenever he's gone and just swinging it, he's just not connecting. He just gets these blood rushes.
No, I guess it's the hard part of T20 cricket. Some people aren't obviously tailored for that format, and yeah, he seems to struggle when he has to really force shots.
Oh, that's a nice.
So that's a great shot. Yes.
That's good stuff. He might have been a bit of an edge, but that was certainly deliberate. And it's very difficult to set fields to that stuff. Perhaps maybe a bit short from Robbie Carter, but, you know, can't take it away from Bartlett. That's 8 runs off the 4 balls in this over to Bartlett.
Yeah, well, couple of ordinary deliveries are creeping into Uni here. I mean, obviously the pressure's getting to them too. We've had a few wides and a few short balls, and they're providing a bit of room for the Merryweather boys to hit the ball away. So they've got to get back to that tidy line they were bowling earlier.
Oh, he's done it again.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure that one was deliberate.
No, I'm pretty sure that wasn't. But big thick edge. We can hear it from here. But he's riding his luck, Hamish Bartlett. But good luck to him. He's sticking in there.
Yeah, he is. So you got 4 overs to go. Bird's going to bowl 2 of those. That's going to be the key overs. The members stand over there getting into it now, getting a bit vocal on both sides of the field. Oh, that's lovely. That's just bounced inside the boundary.
Well, yeah, the bowler's having a chat to him, but I don't know what you could say when you bowl a full toss and you get hoinked to the boundary. I mean, I don't think I'd be talking too much if I was being belted.
No, I think Robbie Carter might have been taking his frustrations out. He's probably a bit upset about a couple of fours came off edges, and bowlers like to think that any time they get an edge, they deserve a wicket, but it's not quite like that. So that was a good over from Hamish Bartlett, 3 for 107 now, Merryweather, and it's 34 runs in 3 overs, 4 overs.
Yeah, the equation has certainly looked a lot more rosy for the Merryweather boys now after that over. It was good work by Bartlett. He rode his luck, but that's T20 cricket. You got to ride your luck, and hopefully it all comes off. And it's all working for Bartlett at the moment.
Yeah, that run rate's dropped down to 8.5 after the last 4. That's very gettable, but Bird's got to bowl 2 of those overs, and they're going to be interesting to watch. But, Hamish, in that last over, he really came to the fore. 3 fours and a couple of 2s. In comes Radnich to Gilmore. Oh, that's gone high. It's gone high. It's going to fall safe, I think. It's not going to go, but he gets 2 runs.
Yeah, that must be frustrating for the bowler. I mean, he's hoiked that straight in the air, plenty of hang time, but he's picked the gap beautifully.
He rode his luck a bit there, Gilmore. Oh, he certainly wanted to put that one back into Mitch Gladen's hands, I think, but he didn't get the wood on it. So we need 32 runs, Merryweather, and they've got 22 deliveries to do it in. Oh, that's 32 and 21. That's good bowling.
Yeah, dot balls are gold, like gold at this point of the match, aren't they? So it's good bowling by Radnich.
Look, and I think you'd have to say, you got Bird bowling at the other end. This is the bloke you'd want to get to, because Luke Bird's certainly their premium bowler. He's going to be difficult to put away. Oh, that's a wide. Yes, I suppose it was. It's a fair enough call from the umpire. He's pushing it wider, but I don't know. Radnich is pointing around. Perhaps he's telling him where he parked or something. I'm not sure, but interesting conversation to have with the umpire at this stage of the ground about game, about where you parked, but keeping it light. Oh, that's a big hit.
Yeah, that's 6.
That's going to go all the way. Lovely shot. He just doesn't seem to put no effort into it. Just a flick of the wrist and bang.
Yeah, it's very much his area, isn't it? That sort of that cow corner. Just, very strong forearms, just straight through the ball. Got to try and get it fuller.
Radnich needs to get back onto his line here. He was bowling well. That wide seemed to rattle him, then he gets hit for 6. Oh, that's gone high. That's going to bring rain. Prescott's under it. It'll be a good catch if he takes it. Well done. And the uni boys are happy with that. That's an understatement, isn't it?
Well, they should be, because that's a huge wicket. I mean, if Gilmore stayed there for much longer, Merryweather would have got home the way he was hitting the ball. But that was a fantastic catch, as you said. That was coming down with rain. That was a really, really difficult catch to take, especially in these circumstances. And wonderful set of hands.
Who's this coming out the bat? Looks like Emerton, is it? Oh, this is just what the game's needed, hasn't it?
Yeah, he could be a hero here, or who knows?
This is certainly going to liven it up. The boys on the hill are going to love it. Nice to see the uni guys clapping their old captain out to the crease.
I'm sure they're talking about fond memories of game past victories and that sort of stuff, you know.
Sure.
Having a laugh over a few beers. But, wouldn't Josh Emerton love to hit the winning runs today?
Yeah, I think that'd give him a lot of satisfaction. Radnich in. Oh, Bartlett's got onto it. Good stuff from Bartlett. I mean, he's it's nearly hit a 6. That's another 4 from him. Look, and he's been out there long enough. I mean, he really needs to do it, the young bloke. It's this could be innings of his career.
Well, the uni boys have kept singing "Who Are You" all day, but they certainly know who Hamish Bartlett is. If he takes Merryweather to a victory, I guarantee you that.
Merewether 4 for 120.
So that's 4 for 120 after 17 overs. That's 21 runs to win in 18 balls is the equation.
And of course now we've got Luke Bird to Josh Emerton. So this should be great too.
You couldn't have scripted this better, could you? Bird to Emerton for the game.
The two Taree boys, they're old friends. But yeah, of course Emerton, when he went and joined Merryweather this year, was a bit of a shock, and which allowed Bird to become the captain of uni. So I'm sure Bird would nod nothing more to send his good mate back to the pavilion. But on the flip side, I'm sure Josh Emerton would love to hit a few boundaries and be the hero for Merryweather.
Yeah, this is a very important part of the match here. 21 off 18 is the equation. Bird coming into Emerton. Uni captain bowling to the uni captain from last year. Here he comes. The crowd are into it. Oh, and he got that away nicely. That was a good ball. Bird congratulated him as he ran past him too, I saw it. Single to Emerton. That's 20 off 17 now. This is going to be Bartlett's big moment, really.
I mean, obviously Luke Bird is the premier bowler for uni, but I guess also having that extra bit of pace, it also does help the batsman hit those balls to the boundary. So certainly an advantage there for Merryweather. They can get hold of the ball.
And he's got a third man in place at the moment, but he's hit it wide, a third man, but oh, geez, close to his foot. James Maloney down there, 2 to Bartlett.
Yeah, it nearly looked like Maloney didn't know where the boundary was there. He was going to pick it up over the line, but he just moved in at the last minute to field the ball cleanly.
Hamish Bartlett has just brought up his 50.
Well, that's the 50 to Hamish Bartlett. Well, it hasn't been a pretty 50 necessarily in the start of it, but in the last few overs, he's really taken the game by a scruff of the neck. Single to Bartlett.
Yeah, I mean Bartlett really has to be there at the end now. I mean you can't take all these deliveries and not deliver a victory now for Merryweather. He's got the eye in, he's got the feel for the pitch. He's got to finish the job.
17 off 15. This is what you want to see, isn't it? Bird Emerton. Oh, he hasn't. Needs to get the bat on it. I think Bird just came down there and asked him if he got his pads at Kingsgrove by the look of that.
Probably discussing what price he got them for and if you get the same deal.
Well, the boys in the crowd, they've forgotten their pop culture. They've gone more for the bogan, abusive sort of style. And there's just a single in that. They were looking for 2. It was a leg by.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they learned some of those chants during their tertiary studies.
Maybe at one of those engineering keg days. I don't know. Merryweather needing 16 runs and 13 deliveries. This is the last ball of Bird's penultimate over. Into Hamish Bartlett. Oh, very good ball. Not much he could do. He kind of backed away to give himself some room. Full outside off stump, couldn't reach it.
Good pace there too from Bird.
I know, so that's 4 for 125 after 18, so they need 16 runs in 12 deliveries. It's going to be a great finish.
Yeah.
It's got everything, hasn't it?
Who are you backing in from here? I mean, I'd probably lean towards Merryweather still because it probably only takes 1 or 2 shots in their home.
Yeah, generally when it gets this close, you'd have to favour the batting team. You just need an edge or anything. But look, you know, it's evenly poised. Uni have shown good energy all day out there in the field. Michael Radnich here and Luke Bird is going to finish from the other end. They've both bowled well. Oh, Emerton. Oh, they should have gone harder there. That was poor running, and he set himself. Oh no, he got back.
Well, yeah, it's probably a bit of poor fielding there too. I mean, he didn't seem to attack the ball, and then he fumbled it, which probably allowed the second. If he picked it up cleanly, that possible run out on there.
Yeah, certainly. It wasn't the best bit of fielding, but they've really got to run that first one hard. They put themselves in a bit of danger. So, equation now is 14 off 11. Radnich to Emerton. Oh, that's got to be a wide.
Oh.
It's not what you want at this stage of the game.
No, it's
13 off 11. Bartlett comes down to have a chat with Emerton. It's good to see the young bloke giving him a bit of advice. Radnich. Cramped him up, but they still get through to the single. That's good running from Bartlett. It's 12 off 10.
Yeah, they desperately need some dot balls here, University. It's only going to take one boundary and it could all be beyond them, so they've really got to tie up an end.
Radnich to Bartlett. Bit of a crossbat slog there, and probably not what he intended. But Radnich fields it off his own bowling, and there's one of those dot balls they so badly needed. 12 off 9.
Yeah, no, it was good fielding there by Radnich. I mean, it's a lot of pressure on the fielding side here too. I mean, easy to fumble that and allow a single, but he took it nice and cleanly.
Oh, another dot ball. Again, he's probably just gone for the big slog there when he could have just finessed it a little more. But
Yeah, well,
anyway, it's easy for us up here. But
it's true. I mean, I think they're at the point where if they just knock the ball around for singles, they'll, that bad ball will come and they'll be able to hit that boundary. But those sort of balls, I think they just got to knock them into the gaps and maybe hit a 2. And not try and overhit the ball, because they're in a good position in Merryweather, but if they keep letting those dot balls in, the pressure's only going to mount.
oh. And now the frustration comes out. He's smashing that bat up. Obviously, it's bought from Kingsgrove. You can tell it hasn't broken. 12 off 7.
Plugging of the sponsors there. Just seamless.
Radnich in. Oh, he's got some bat on that. Oh, it's going to go for 4, is it? It's going to be a close run thing. No, he's got it there. Good shot from Bartlett. That's good comeback from the young kid. Couple of dot balls, and he throws the bat at it. Yep.
Yeah, that was the pressure was mounting there. Another dot ball, run a single, and Merryweather would really be in a bit of trouble, but that's really released that pressure valve again. And
Josh, when you wrote that column this week, you couldn't have envisaged this, could you? 8 runs off 6 balls, Bird to Emerton. I mean, it's one of those pieces of journalistic brilliance. Making that the story of the week, and here it plays out this way.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking with my journo hat for a second, this is the perfect ending for me. I mean, this is the story, obviously, and yeah, the way this ends today, is it going to be Emo the hero, or is it going to be Luke Bird the tormentor, tormenting his former teammate and friend?
I guess one thing, but whoever comes out on top, Tari's the winner.
Very true, yeah. Now they'll be celebrating up there on the Manning River tonight, I'm sure.
Bird Emerton. Oh, that's going to be a wide. Yeah. 7 off 6.
No, Luke Bird can't be doing that. That's disappointing. You really need to bowl him that at the stumps this time of the match.
Yeah, doesn't need to give 3 runs away. I can't quite make out that chant, can you?
No.
Oh, short. He played that well. He's got to come back. He's not coming. He was in. I think, just the one there to Emerton. I mean, it was just such a difficult shot in the end that he played it off the back foot. Man, he didn't get away for that first one quick enough to come back for the second, but still.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think he obviously was a bit slow-footed due to all his momentum being on the back foot. But yeah, probably could have ran a little bit harder, but who knows? It might be costly. It mightn't matter. We'll find out shortly.
6 off 5, and Bartlett, well, he can go down in the Merryweather history books here, the young bloke.
Yeah, big moment for him because he's certainly struggled. He struggled through some difficult periods in this game. He's been very visibly frustrated at times, but he's also played a few nice shots as the match has worn on. So he's got the chance now to be the hero, and he won't remember those frustrating moments if he can get the boys home. No,
that's for sure. Bird to Bartlett. Oh, he's had a go and it's got it away. He's at least got one. Oh, well, that's good running from Emerton. Back for the second. Went hard.
Is that 4 off 4?
Yeah, 4 off 4.
Well, yeah, the pressure's really on the
well, there's something going on here. I think he's Bartlett's talking to I don't know what he could be asking. Is he saying, what should I do? I don't think you really need to be told, mate. You got to get the runs. 4 off 4. Bird to Bartlett. Oh, that's it. That's it. Well,
Hamish Bartlett is the hero.
Now he's thrown that bat. He's treated that bat quite badly today. But, you got to feel sorry for Uni because they were certainly on top there for a long time. And
Merryweather.
No, it was a great game of cricket. I mean, some massive turns of momentum. I mean, probably 3-4 overs ago you thought Uni were home, but a couple of boundaries and Hamish Bartlett finally found the middle and he got him home in the end.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic innings from Hamish Bartlett.
I was just chairman of NDCA, Paul Marjoriebanks, talking then about possible man of the match. Looks like Hamish Bartlett will get it for his.
I don't think you could give it to anybody else, even though we were pretty hard on him early on in the innings. He just toughed it out. I think I said there were a few overs there early. I thought he's not looking good. He's not middling it, but he was hanging in there and playing tough, and that's the way he played all day. And in the end, he brought off that over where he got a couple of 4s down here and he pulled one down here. I mean, he just. The longer he stayed out there and it came to him, and well done to the young fella.
Yeah, well, I mean, it certainly wasn't a pretty knock, but it showed a lot of character. He was you had the crowd getting stuck into him a lot there, and when he was missing a lot of balls, and the Uni boys were into him too. But he gutsed it out, and he's done the job when it counted.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and Uni huddling up, I guess I don't know, maybe they're praying or something there, but. They gave everything really. They faced some good bowling. They ended up getting a respectable score. They gave themselves every chance, but in the end, they just didn't have enough runs. And there was a good cameo there from Gilmore and a nice innings from Sellop and Emerton at the end. I thought Bird bowled well, Radnich bowled well. A couple of the other bowlers bowled well in periods, but they just had that couple of overs there where the pressure seemed to get to them and they bowled a few wides. But generally, Uni were good in the field. It was a very good game of cricket. Yeah,
I think University will take a lot of confidence out of that performance. I mean, they've in a bit of a rebuilding period, a lot of young boys, but they've really challenged Merryweather today and took them to the final over. So I think they'll be a lot better for that performance.
So I guess in summary, we've seen Merryweather successful with 3 balls left to play. Hamish Bartlett hit a 4 to get the winning runs. Probably the pick of the innings. We would have scored 60 odd. I don't know the exact score, but there were a couple other contributors: Sam Gilmore and Dave Sellett, Emerton from Merryweather with the ball. Bird, Robbie Carter bowled well. Radnich, as I said earlier, bowled well. With the bat earlier today, Uni got 140. Joe Kirk and Liam McKechnie were the main contributors there. And with the ball, I mean, most of the Merryweather blokes bowled well. Cameron and Morton particularly, but Trent Bush's overs in the middle there were certainly game changers for them. It's been a fantastic game of cricket at the wonderful number 1 sports ground. We've had a line circling the ground. We've had some pop culture from the hill over here, from Australian hip-hop to 60s surf rock. But in the end of the day, Merryweather were just too good. So thanks to Kingsgrove Sports and Commonwealth Bank. This Bar TV... Oh, and there's the line. We'll just finish with a shot of that, will you? I think that shows. That's a fantastic thing. I mean... I'm just upset that Uni didn't get themselves a sea dragon down here for the day. But any last words, Josh, before we sign off?
I just want to congratulate both sides on a good game of cricket. I thought it had a bit of everything. We had some nice couple of good sixes, a few innovative shots, quality bowling, and some good catches. I mean, I think great game of cricket, and I think Merryweather will be pretty worthy winners. Obviously, defending their title, they won last year, and. But University can certainly take a lot out of that as a developing side. So, congratulations to both sides.
Righto, well, that's all we've got from me and Josh here today. Thanks for tuning in and supporting your local drinking establishments, and for the Herald Online for those of you streaming. Until we get on air next time, stay safe and have a good Christmas.